Good evening.
I get why.
Yes.
A picture of you. You know who you reminded me of.
Go on.
Who you look like.
Thank
you for it.
I also get.
Have you heard that before?
No, do you know I've not?
That
I
one.
also get.
That.
Oh, really?
That angle.
Immigrants.
Oh, no, I've not. Do you know I've not heard that before?
I'll be back tomorrow.
Thank you. I quite like that.
Join me.
Thank you very
Same
much.
time, same place. This.
How you doing? You're right.
Yes,
Let's get it on.
Jan, our friend from
From the
Manchester.
late
man,
and
how you doing?
great Marvin
Nice to meet you.
Gaye.
Nice to meet you. You're right.
From Coronation Streets.
Oh, here you go.
Chenal Alley. I send you.
This song is
my
for
love.
him.
Thank you, everybody.
We're streaming, George, just so you know. Excellent stuff as always. Good show.
Yeah, it was alright tonight, yeah. A bit quieter on a Thursday than a Friday.
Yeah, and again, it's that thing of people not knowing.
Not knowing you're on, yeah.
You need, you
Not
know.
knowing you're easy. You can track it on Twitter. People say, quick, turn on.
Yeah. And they don't really do a good job here of plugging other shows in the
No,
day.
they don't know. I'm on all next week, but in the morning from 10 till 1.
10 to 1. Well, we will make sure we plug the hell out of it on this.
Thanks a lot, Ian.
Absolute pleasure, George. Have a
Cheers,
lovely
Bob.
evening.
And you, mate.
Hello, YouTubers and Periscopers. I haven't got all my stuff here, have I? No. Say my name, say my name. We're going to have a fiery show tonight.
And is this yours?
No, that can go, thank you. Otherwise, it's a perfect studio. Only all presenters are as good as George in that respect.
Don't forget, the new data protection rules will apply to businesses from the 25th of May. To get data protection ready, go to ico.org.uk.
Donna, that was quite a shift.
Yeah, you know, credit to the team.
Any assists?
Yeah, like for the LG OLED TV. True black, perfect colour, stunning photos. It's $499. 5-inch, and there's 0% interest over 18 months on the 55 and the 65-inch models. At Courage PC World, we help you get it right.
Future purchases at 19.9% APR representative. 18 over, £99 plus.
A little bit of a cough there, mate.
Get a free £10 voucher when you spend £100. With Argos, you're good to go. Conditions apply. Selected lines. Offer ends 5th of June. Voucher offer ends 2nd of June when you spend £100 or more. Excludes gift card purchases.
At DFS, spring collection sofas are up to half price, and until Tuesday, you can also get early bird extra savings on selected sofas. DFS.
There are some bad words you can't say on the radio, like and. However, there's one word you can say that Jaguar find very offensive: humdrum. From its eye-catching aerodynamic design to that unmistakable Jaguar roar, the Jaguar XE is anything but humdrum. Starting from just £289 per month on Jaguar Personal Contract Hire. Only £289? That's great. Find your nearest retailer at jaguar.co.uk. Jaguar, the art of performance.
Initial rental £3,446. 24-month term. Subject to status. 10,000 miles per annum. Mileage and return conditions apply. Offer ends 30th of June. Available at participating retailers only. Visit jaguar.co.uk.
Cast your mind back and think. Were you ever contacted out of the blue for a pension review? Were you advised to move your work or personal pension into a SIP?
Can you grab that call,
self-invested
please?
Personal pension?
Yes, I was.
You could be due thousands if you were missold. Money Redress are trusted claim specialists in pension and investment mis-selling. They'll manage the whole claim for you on a no payout, no fee basis, so you can't lose. Text WIN to 85077.
At Wickes this weekend, there's 15% off all paint, wood care, tiles and flooring, including great brands like Dulux and Cuprinol. Starts Friday. Wickes.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A new kind of talk radio. We'll get you talking.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
Good evening, I'm Adam Whitty. Harvey Weinstein is said to be preparing to surrender to New York police tomorrow. US media are reporting he'll speak to them about charges of sexual misconduct. The former Hollywood boss has denied claims of non-consensual sex. It comes as Morgan Freeman's apologised after being accused of sexual harassment and inappropriate behaviour himself. The star says he would never intentionally offend or knowingly make someone feel uneasy. CNN has detailed allegations against the 80-year-old. Donald Trump has cancelled a summit with North Korea's leader, saying the world has lost a great opportunity. The pair were due to meet in Singapore next month, and Mr. Trump says he's waiting to see if Kim Jong-un will again engage in constructive dialogue.
Our very strong sanctions and maximum pressure campaign will continue. But no matter what happens, we will never ever compromise the safety and security of the United States of America.
2 men who petrol bombed a house have been jailed for life 4 times over for killing 4 children in Greater Manchester in December. Their mum, Michelle Pearson, got out alive, but was in a coma until last month when she was told all but one of her children were dead. Her mum, Sandra Lever, says she's slowly getting better.
The job for.
Still very poorly. She has a day, she's up and down. It's going to be a long recovery.
Ah, that was it! I knew there was something.
Army sergeant's been convicted.
I knew there was something. It was that.
By sabotaging her Belvedere home. Winchester Crown Court heard Emile Cilliers was deeply in debt and wanted his wife's life insurance money so he could start a new life with his lover. And Downing Street says a prank call from 2 Russians shouldn't have been put through to Boris Johnson. The pair had an 18-minute chat with the Foreign Secretary, pretending to be the Prime Minister of Armenia. One of the things they discussed was President Putin and the Salisbury spy poisoning.
I hope he will not poison me with Novichok.
Well, it's very important, I think, Prime Minister, that we don't have a new Cold War. I personally feel that Russia has made a terrible mistake with what they did in Wiltshire.
And tonight's weather, tonight there'll be more rain arriving throughout the early hours. Friday will be brighter in the north, but cloudy with showers.
Say, baby, I love you if you ain't running game. Say my name, you acting kinda shady. Ain't calling me baby, why the sudden change? Say my name, if no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you.
I'm bored of that now. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Shut up, guys! Those are the people waiting to get on the phones. We've raised the bar a bit tonight, and so it's monkeys. Of course, it's not really monkeys queuing to phone up. They can't use phones, but we have got a pack of monkeys loose in the studio this evening tonight, guys. It's going to be one of those nights. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to Alistair. Good evening, Alistair.
Evening, how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Hello?
Yes?
Anyway, what I wanted to suggest is a new game.
Oh, I like the sound of that!
But it's based on the yes or S word.
Okay. Oh, okay, so the game that we already have. Okay, right, yes.
But no, it's kind of reversed because we all know of your very bespoke musical taste.
No, my musical taste is... No, it's not bespoke. It's diverse, it's wide-ranging. The only things I absolutely hate are reggae and jazz. And do you know what? As I get older, I'm coming round to jazz. It's inevitable. As men approach their 50s, they come round to jazz. I'm approaching my 50s. I'm coming round to jazz. I am. I'm coming round to it.
So anyway, the game is...
Yes.
Callers ring in.
Yes.
And they name up to 5 or 10 bands, you decide.
Oh, Jesus.
And then
Jones.
you say
Jesus
yes
Jones
or
being
S.
one of the bands. Yes? Right?
And then whoever gets the most yes from you wins the
All right,
game.
stay there. All right, stay there then. We're going to play around with that and see if this works. All games have to be tried out. Alistair, say hello to Alan. Alan, say hello to Alistair.
Good evening, Alistair. How you doing, Alan? Not bad, thank you. Yourself, sir? Absolutely tickety-boo.
Right, we're going to play a game that Alistair has invented. Alistair, tell Alan the rules of the game and we're going to go straight in and we're going to play it. Right off the bat.
Okay, well, Alan, Ian is the judge. Basically, what we do, we take it in turns of saying, what do you want, Ian, 5 or 10 bands?
5!
5.
10's too many.
Yeah.
Although we have no other callers at the moment, so it could be 20.
Ian says yes or S.
Yes.
And then, basically, whoever Ian says more yes than S wins. Okay?
Right. Okay, so, Alistair, you go first. By the way, 0344 499 1000. Now, tell you what we need, is we need kind of a reserve judge, in case you guys feel strongly... well, Catherine's taste in music is awful. It really is awful, Catherine. It really, really is. You just don't have a clue what is good music and what is not. So what we need a reserve, we need a backup judge. What they were, you know, in football, I believe in football now, they've introduced, a computer. I think it's called, Mr. Babbage. No, that's the computer from, Winner Takes All, hosted.
Family Fortunes.
What was the computer called in Winner Takes All then?
It wasn't a computer in Winner Takes All, it was Family Fortunes.
No, well, yes, alright, it was in Family Fortunes, but there was a name of the computer in Winner Takes All as well.
No, there wasn't a computer in Winner Takes All.
Yes, there was.
No, I watched Winner Takes All.
I watched it, and Jimmy Tarbuck would say he would refer, defer to the computer. I'm sure he would say, Mr. Babbage.
No, that was Bob Monkhouse.
No, I know that. But I am sure Jimmy Tarbuck also uttered a similar phrase.
I don't remember that.
You're going to remember getting a fist in your face, Alan, and a boot up your jacksie. Right. John has called... Shut up! Shut up, Alan! John has called in. Good evening, John.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you, John. I believe you want to be the Mr. Babbage computer that backs up my judgments on these bands. Is that correct?
No, not at all.
Oh. What do you want then, John?
I called in about a completely different subject, completely 90-degree turn.
Okay, 90 degree.
Not so light-hearted as games.
Yes.
Because, I don't know, I'm a bit bored by that recent game.
Sorry?
We
haven't even played... Shut up, Alan! We haven't even played the game yet. This is a virgin game, John.
Well, can't you see the way it's going? I mean, don't you kind of...
Sorry?
We have played games before, haven't we?
We have played games before, yes.
I don't know, I just don't see...
You don't play games...
Any winners.
Oh, the winners will be the listeners, isn't it?
Well, one is lost already.
Sorry?
So,
Oh, God.
no, maybe the subject is too tight. So I don't know if you would like to discuss.
We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about child abuse in a bit. We actually are. So we can do light and shade. But you want to talk about Donald Trump, do you?
Yeah. I
Okay.
wonder what you think about this U-turn. If you think that
Donald Trump will no longer be going to North Korea, and we've got a statement from here's a first. We've got a statement from Kim Jong-un about the cancelled trip. Have a listen to this.
Okay. That sounds like a little rocket man to me.
I tell you what, John. I'll do you a deal. Do you a deal, brother.
Yeah. All right.
If you play this game with us, and all you've got to do is be the backup. You've got to be like the linesman to my referee, right?
Yeah.
If you play this game with us, I promise you, on my father's grave, that I will allow you to talk about Trump. Yeah? We got a deal?
I tell you what.
We got a deal.
I'll leave the honor for other people. I just can't handle it.
What is wrong? Where's your soul, John?
What are you saying?
I'm saying. Sorry, Alan's breathing very, very heavily this evening. He's a total mouth breather. I'm saying, where's your soul, John? Come and play with us, please. We'd like him to play, wouldn't we, Alistair?
I don't mind, but I'm so rubbish at it, and I'm not going to put my
No, you're...
John, do you like music? I mean, John, do you like music? Oh, no. You don't like music? I like to sing, but I'm not so familiar with any bands.
Give us a song. Give us a song.
Doesn't talk to me.
Music doesn't talk to you.
I'm shy.
All you've got to do is I'm going to pronounce my judgment, and then you've just got to back me up. You've just got to say, yes, I agree.
Yeah, if it makes any sense, I will.
All right, beautiful. We're in. We got the game. We got John on board. This is great. Alan, Alan, please try not to breathe through your mouth, mate. Thank you. Oh, he actually said okay when I said please try not to breathe, so that's interesting. Right, so Alistair's going to name a band. I'm going to tell him yes or S. S stands for... And then Alan's going to do it, and at the end we tell... Right, Alistair, away you go.
Nick Drake.
Yes. Would you shut up? Would you agree with me, John, that Nick Drake is a yes?
Drake, this singer from Toronto.
He's kind of no, but okay. So John agrees with me. Alan.
Motorhead.
No. S word. Would you? Where do you stand on? Where do you stand on Motorhead, John?
Never heard of it.
Come on, man. You've heard the Ace of Spades.
Honestly,
If you like to gamble, that's all the same to me.
I never gamble. I'm quite ignorant about this.
You don't drink?
Only when there's like a wireless festival and everybody's talking about different. I have no idea.
John, you don't drink. You don't smoke. What do you do?
I drink some wine. I drink some beer.
He drinks some wine. He drinks some beer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alistair. So it's 1-0 to Alistair.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. The Verve.
They are the S word, like to the power of a million. John, what are your thoughts, John, on the Verve?
I tell you what, those monkeys know more about these bands than me. I honestly,
wow.
I'm putting my hands up. I don't know. I'm rubbish.
Okay.
And
but you can still have an opinion. Bittersweet Symphony.
Symphony or random computer generated.
Be quiet, Alistair. John and I are the judges. Shut up. But sorry, John.
If I buy an Alexa, the Alexa will know more than me.
And will probably have more personality. Okay, Alan.
Thank you very much for the compliment.
You are very welcome, Alan. Your turn.
Oasis.
S word. Terrible band, aren't they, John?
I don't know. Oasis, yeah, they're quite famous.
They're quite famous, but doesn't mean they're any good, does it?
I never listen to them. You see, when I listen to you at the radio, and there's so many channels about music. Why do I listen to you? Why don't I listen to music?
Have you listened to this show before, John?
Plenty of times. I listen to it a lot, yes.
Okay, because I've got a feeling you don't know the vibe of this show, but that's okay. Everyone.
No, I listen to plenty. I listen to the music.
Whoa.
It bores me.
Hey, whoa.
But sometimes I don't mind your rough comments. That's why I'm listening to it.
Oh, you like my rough comments? Use that as a quote. Put it on the poster. Iain Lee, rough comments. Alistair, your turn. You're leading 1-0.
John.
Now Elton John is a toughie.
Yeah.
Because half of it is yes, and half of it is complete and utter S. John, you have to decide on this one. It comes down to you.
I think. Why should he be left out with all? You know, I mean, he's done a lot for the music industry. I think you should give him a go for it.
You want to say Elton John is a yes? Okay. It's 2-0. Alan, you've really got to turn this around here, buddy. Go on.
Davy Jones.
Well, I'm going to say it's the S word because his solo output was not particularly good. So you blew it there. Alistair, your go.
New Order.
S word. Terrible band. One of the worst bands ever. Favourite New Order song, John?
No idea.
Did you prefer them when they were Joy Division?
I couldn't care if they split or they joined together. You know,
Wow.
it wouldn't bother me.
Okay. What was the last CD you bought, John?
CD?
Compact disc.
Classical music.
Classical music. I see. Yes.
I'm kind of relaxing. I like to relax with music. I don't like to jump to music.
You don't have to jump to music unless you're listening to Jump by Van Halen.
No, music is not my main part of my life.
Music is the doctor.
Very little.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I do.
That breaks my heart. Music is. Here's one of the things, John. I'm buying a new house. I've moved out of the marital home. I'm buying a new house today. I packed up my 500 CDs. I'm going to pack up the vinyl tomorrow. And the thing
you have good luck in the new house.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that, John. I genuinely do. It's a very kind thing to say. But the thing I'm most looking forward to is getting into this new house, setting up my music centre, and playing music.
I wish you better. I hope you'll find time to read and reflect and find music to be only maybe 10% for a 50-year-old of your life.
No, I want music to be 80% of my life. Pornography to be 15%, and then the other 5% will be like sleeping and eating and interacting with my children and stuff.
Now, interacting with children should be like 70%.
No. They're a pain.
Lightheartedly play games with them.
No, they're a pain. They're annoying.
Just listen to them. Don't say anything.
All right.
Just listen.
Alan, you've got to get this right, otherwise you've lost.
Belinda Carlisle.
Yes, definite. Yes, you turned it round at the end. But Alistair, if you get this one, then you've won.
Okay. It's a bit out there. Seth Lakeman.
Never heard of him. That's an S. What an idiot! What a stupid thing. Why don't you just go for the Beatles or something? What a stupid thing to do. Alan, you can draw on this.
I'm going for the Beatles.
That's a yes. Favourite Beatles song? Favourite Beatle, John? There's a clue.
Oh. No, favourite Beatle. I tell you what, I hate them all.
You hate all the Beatles? Let's go through them one at a time. John Lennon.
Well, he was hot. I mean,
yeah.
Poor thing, you know. But that's all I know about him. That's
Okay.
all I know about
Paul
him.
McCartney. Try and describe, right? So imagine I'm an alien, right? And I've just landed.
I'm an alien when it comes to music. I'll be totally honest.
No, I like this though, but
anything.
I love it. I know you're not, and I appreciate your honesty, and you've been a really good sport. So I'm an alien, and I come to North London, and I wind up in your house, and I say to you, John, because you've told me your name already. John, please tell me about Paul McCartney. What is a Paul McCartney? And you've got to tell me, otherwise I'm going to disintegrate you. So tell me everything you can about Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney is like maybe partner with John. What's it called? The other guy that you mentioned before, music. Probably a gay partner of something like that. You know, I wouldn't know. I would just flip names of music. I know more about basketball and nuclear weapons than I know about this.
John, tell me what before I disintegrate you. What is a Ringo Starr?
I think I'll be gone in minutes because you know and you live in the music and I don't care. No,
What is a Ringo Starr? I will kill you unless you tell me what a Ringo Starr is.
No, you won't.
I will kill you.
In my house
I'll
with
kill-
music without being so much into it.
What is a George Harrison? What is a George Harrison?
George Harrison?
What is a George Harrison?
A boxer? What is he? A boxing guy?
No, that's Audley Harrison.
There's Audrey Harrison. All right, we're in.
Oh yeah. See, I know something. I do mix a bit.
Okay. Yeah, shut up. Sudden death. I was going to say tie off, and I thought no, that's not right. Yeah. So we're going to flip it this time. Alan, you're going to go first.
I'm going to go for the Bee Gees.
That's S, I'm afraid. Alistair, this is it. This could turn it around.
This is really tense, though.
It's not really. It's a bit boring. It's going on too long, if I'm honest. But you know.
Mud, you listened to a lot of Aliens before.
Sorry?
Mud, Ian.
Hang on, John's talking now. Hello, John.
Sorry. No, have you listened to a lot of Aliens because you kind of like trying to imitate them? I've never listened to an alien. I wouldn't know.
Oh, I know exactly what aliens sound like. Yeah. They talk like this and they have guns.
How do you know that they're aliens?
Oh, I've met one.
You haven't.
You've never met an alien.
It's claimed they're an alien. How did you know?
What is a Ringo? What is a Ringo? What is a Ringo Starr?
I have no idea.
Do you know what? Just to end this game, I'm going to say, Mud win, because that game was boring. Thanks, Alistair! Yeah, thanks, Alan!
Thank you!
John, thanks for calling!
My pleasure.
Talk Radio. Dial
My pleasure.
Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Weird start to the show, man.
Ride over
Old
cobbled
school.
lanes,
Old
sometimes
school.
Get lost and even enjoy the traffic. The Renault Clio Play is designed for the city with 16-inch alloy wheels and aircon as standard, just $179 a month and $179 deposit with 0% APR representative. The Renault Clio Play. Book your test drive today. 0% APR representative. Renault Finance deposit $179, 48 monthly payments of $179, final payment $4405. Subject to status. Over 18s. Order by July 2nd. Register by September 30th, 2018.
I know, as I said that, as I was saying I swear on my father's grave, I was thinking, never going to let him do it. Never going to let him do it.
Driving School wants you. Red has just won the National Driving School Award 2018, and we're offering a special deal to join our team. There's never been a better time to pull on your instructing boots, as demand for driving lessons is rising. Instructor earnings are increasing. It's an open goal. Imagine first-rate training and support through to full qualification. Then work the hours you want, when you want. Come on, there's room on the red team sheet for you. For details, visit reddrivingschool.com.
Hi, I'm Peter Jones. Sage helped me manage one of my first companies when I was 19. Now, Sage Business Cloud helps me manage everything from money to people. It's the platform your business needs to grow and succeed. So, when people ask me, what's the secret of your success? I say it's about making wise choices. It's about being Sage.
Realise your ambition with Sage Business Cloud. Visit sage.com/ambition.
Up here on Ben Nevis, it's millions of years since the volcano was active. But Sky Vegas bonus time, well, that firecracker's active right now.
Between 9 and 11 every night, our unmissable bonus game is guaranteed to trigger in Sky Vegas bonus time. Only at Sky Vegas. Unexpect more. 18 plus, ends 3rd of July. Customers must be playing when bonus games randomly triggered. Minimum 20p stake. 3 spins must be claimed and used by midnight. Eligibility restrictions and further T's and C's apply. BeGambleAware.org. When the fun stops, stop.
Connor, that was quite a shift.
Yeah, you know, credit to the team.
Any assists?
Yeah, like with the LG OLED TV. True black, perfect colour, stunning clarity. Just 1499 for the 55-inch. In fact, buy any 55-inch plus TV this summer, there's a 1 in 20 chance to get your money back. At Curry's PC World, we help you get it right.
16 plus, excludes Northern Ireland, ends 26th of 6th. Register 32 to 42 days after purchase. Full terms at currys.co.uk/free-TV.
At Wickes this weekend, there's 15% off all paint, wood,
Who's back?
tiles and flooring, including great brands like Dulux and Cuprinol. Starts Friday. Wickes.
At Argos, our Big Red event is on. Save up to a third
He's
on
had his shout.
garden furniture, spas and barbecues. Plus, get a free £10 voucher when you spend £100. With Argos...
This is like an old school LBC show. This is 2004.
Gift card purchases.
2005.
Find your perfect pre-owned vehicle with a Mitsubishi approved used range. They come with a guaranteed service history, 2-year warranty, roadside assistance, free annual health check and a 30-day exchange plan. Plus, from the 18th to 27th of May, your local Mitsubishi dealer will be offering a £500 deposit contribution. Visit Mitsubishi-cars.co.uk. £500 deposit contribution with 9.9% APR. Shogun Finance Limited. Offer available between the 18th and 27th of May 2018 at participating retailers only. Credit subject to status. 18 plus UK residents.
Late night conversation, wealth losing sleep over.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on talkRADIO.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. It's going to be some show. That was like LBC circa 2005. We are going to be talking about child pornography a little bit later on. Not phrase. I don't like the phrase child pornography, but it's a shorthand that we know what it means. Because Catherine had a brilliant, incredible thing online about this American radio station. It's incredible. I'm going to play you a clip from this American radio station. Then we're going to try and phone them up. It is incredible what they were broadcasting as a public service announcement. But we'll get to that in a bit. Let's go to Psychic Helen.
Hello, Ian.
Oh, Psychic Helen sounds like a one, doesn't she? You sound like a one.
Well, Ian, I've been dying to talk to you because I wanted to know, firstly, do you believe in ghosts?
Well, here's the thing, right? When I was younger, up until about the age of 20, I did.
Yes.
Then I stopped. And then about maybe 8 months, a year ago, I decided to open my third eye.
Oh, yes.
Realign my chakras. And now I'm quite open-minded about ghosts now. I err on the side of it mainly being bullshine, but I'm certainly more open-minded than I was about a year ago.
Well, they are real, you know.
Well,
they are real.
In that case, I'm convinced. Next caller. Well, where's your evidence?
Well, I'm part of I've been a clairvoyant all my life. I'm a professional clairvoyant, and I'm part of a team called the Afterlife Paranormal Investigation Team. And we go off all over the place to the darkest cellars you can imagine and look for ghosts. Yeah. And we come up with some amazing evidence.
Let's hear the evidence.
Well, mostly they are photographic evidence, so I can't really show you.
Okay.
But we do have a lot of EVPs. Which is the,
I know what EVPs are. We love EVPs on this show.
Oh, do you?
Oh, we love the what is it? Electronic voice. I can't remember what it stands for.
Yes, electronic voice phenomenon. And it's when you hear ghosties saying hello to you, when you say hello to them.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and when I was about 16, I read a really good book about it. In fact, and I was just saying to John earlier that I'm packing all my books, and I ordered last year a couple of books on EVP, which I'm looking forward to reading when I move. But most of the evidence I've heard, it doesn't really stand up, does it?
Well, you see, with myself, because when I do readings every day to people, so I
Go on,
pick
then.
up evidence, and I'll sort of give them a reading, tell them what's going on in their life,
Yeah.
tell them about the future, and then they'll come back to me and let me know if I was right or not.
All right, then.
Usually, I was right.
Well, hang on then, Helen.
Yeah?
Go on then. Do it.
A reading now.
Give us a reading, go on.
Ian, what I'm feeling with you is 2018. There's a whole year of opportunities opening up for you.
Right. Well, I've just told you I'm moving, so.
And seriously,
Yeah.
by the end of 2018, you would have signed a big contract, and that is the feeling I get with you. Seriously.
Come on. Come on now. I just did the jungle though. Loads of work opportunities are opening up. My dog could have told me that.
And you know, when you're in the jungle,
Yeah.
I was sending you lots of healing vibes.
I felt it! I felt your vibes!
I thought you did, but I was. But genuinely, what I'd like to do is offer you a challenge tonight.
Okay, I'm up for a challenge, yeah.
If ever you get any spare time, Ian, I would love to offer you to come on a paranormal investigation with us and see it for yourself.
Can I bring my mate Kath?
Yes, of course you can.
All right, well, when?
Of course you can.
Tell me when.
Well, are you free August bank holiday weekend?
Hang on a minute. Let me get the old diary out here. What date is that? I don't know. I never know when bank holidays are.
It'll be the 24th, 25th, 26th of August. That weekend, we're doing we're doing one of the most haunted locations in the UK.
Borley Rectory. Oh, no.
It's Stratford-upon-Avon. And, we'd love you to come there with us.
All right.
If you dare.
Don't give me none of that if you dare bullshit. Of course I do. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Stratford Ghost Hunt on the 25th, on the Saturday, or all weekend?
It's the Saturday, yeah.
Right, all right. With Psychic Helen. Oh, hang on a minute. Catherine, come on the microphone. Catherine's giving me excuses as to why she can't go. Come on the microphone, Catherine.
Well, Helen should know why I can't come.
No, don't come on now. Come on, you're better than that.
Well, it's someone very special's birthday.
Oh, okay.
And she won't understand.
Well, all right.
If I'm not there.
All right.
Would Ian, would you be able to come by yourself?
Yeah, I would, mate, because I'm not chicken. I'm not.
Maybe do one day.
I'm not, I'm not one of these, which is what there you go, Catherine.
Ian, it will entail a lot of darkness, a lot of being on your own for a while in the dark.
Hang on a minute, I'm enjoying this.
Will you be proffering a pig's vagina? Because he only does jobs where he gets one of those.
Shut up.
Oh, well, no, but we'll have some strawberries.
Unbelievable. For God's sakes, guys. When I die, it will be Iain Lee, former I'm a Celebrity contestant who famously stole some strawberries. That's what it'll be.
Ian, that's why the world fell in love with you.
I am... Helen, I'm there.
Yeah, great. Seriously, I would absolutely... It would be an honour if you did join us.
All right, but I'm going to be wearing... I've got to wear my science and scepticism hat.
Oh, yes, that's no problem, yeah. I'm the psychic of the team. There's a lot of skeptics in the team. There's 6 of us. Oh. There's a scientist, there's a skeptic, we've got a lot of good equipment, and if I see
I've got some great
something
equipment.
spiritual, and hopefully you'll feel it, we'll see it, we'll pick it up on camera, it will be a night to remember.
Okay. Hang on a second. Kath has just reminded me of something really important.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know you're not a nut job that's going to stick a bomb up my bum and get me to blow myself up?
Because nut jobs don't have extremely good websites.
Here we go. Right. Yeah, she's right. The ISIS website is terrible. It keeps crashing. I keep getting a 404 error every time I go on there. Right. What is your website?
heavenlyhelen.co.uk.
Oh God, it's all gone a little bit pervy. .co.uk. All right.
And you'll see me waving at you on there. And then, honestly, Ian, we'd love you to come with us. It would be an honour to have you with us. And, it's good to be open. It's good to have your third eye open. But that night, I will do a lot of protection around you because we need to protect you. Keep you safe.
That's making the fact that you got lovely set of crystals on you, haven't you?
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I can see.
And,
Yep. Okay.
that's me. So, are you going to come and join us?
A naturally gifted clairvoyant, healer and spiritual guide, Helen is a Usui and Karuna Reiki master and uses her gifts and knowledge to offer an alternative approach to healing for the mind and body. Yeah, do you know what? I'm game. Send me, as long as nothing, family-wise or a paid gig comes up, I'm up for it, definitely. Can you, could I email you on your website? Is there a...
Yes.
All right, I'll send you an email.
Thank you, Ian. That'd be great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You're a very strange lady. Goodbye. Bye-bye. I'm so gonna be toast. But still, if she does murder me, Catherine, you'll be able to talk to me through her. So that'll work out well. Catherine, come on the microphone, because you I love. Look at you. You've gone proper. I love it when you go mank.
What?
Your face hardens. The look of like. She's talking absolute balls.
Wow, you're psychic.
One of the most embarrassing yet hilarious nights of my life was when we went to that haunted pub in. It wasn't Leeds, was it?
No, it wasn't. Was it Macclesfield?
It might have been the haunted pub, and you were having none of it. And
I didn't even pretend.
No, you didn't, and I sort of went along with it a bit because I didn't want to be rude to the host, who was a weirdo. But you,
I didn't care.
You didn't care at all. That was awkwado.
We were the only ones there who weren't wearing black combat trousers. Apparently, that's what ghosts respond to. They were wearing uniform like these psychic investigators.
I mean, let's be honest. Her cold reading on me there was nonsense. You're going to have a big contract at the end of the year.
I like her and I don't want to be rude.
Oh, I like her, but I like...
Her website's in Comic Sans.
I like her, and do you know what? I get the vibe from her. She didn't mind us taking the mick a bit.
No, she didn't.
And I think
she knew we were going to do it.
She's obviously listened before, unlike John. I think we'll be able to give an honest appraisal.
Well, look, if I could come, I'd like to.
Hey, listen, Catherine, honestly, no pressure. I mean, if you can't...
Well, Ted's birthdays aren't that important, are they? You don't need your mum there. I'm sure she'll understand and not be scarred for life.
Hey, Angela, I bet you'd like to come, wouldn't you? Maybe you are now. Angela?
Hiya.
There we go, she's finished. Angela?
Hi, Ian.
How the hell any of this is being allowed to be broadcast on a radio station that's owned by Murdoch and is overseen by Rebecca Brooks? I've got no idea. And I suspect it won't be being broadcast like this for much longer. Once we move, it won't be like this. Anyway, yes, Angela.
I'll come with you to the spooky place.
I'd have to go to my happy place. Yes.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
It would be very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And I cannot wait.
Yeah. Make sure you have protection on you, like the phone.
Well, I thought you meant like a white crystal and a healing aura.
Probably, and all that, yeah.
I'd
love to come with you. I'd love to go on one, but no.
Oh, I'd love us to go. Angela, I'd rather go on a date with you first to like a Wimpy or somewhere, so we could get to know each other before you get the willies up you.
I'm used to that.
Yes, Angela! Oh, yes! You totally owned me there. Well played.
I didn't mean it to come out.
Yeah, you did! You did, and you love it! This is going out on the radio! What a load of rubbish. I wouldn't listen to this rubbish. I'd listen to LBC or BBC London if I were you guys. Seriously, or even 5. No, maybe not 5 Live, but...
I'd rather listen to BBC London, not LBC.
Yeah, I'd rather listen to... OK, what would you rather listen to than this? I'd rather listen to Duncan Barks on BBC London.
Yeah, but yeah.
And that's saying something.
I'd have to listen to that on the internet though, because I can't get it in Coventry.
No, you can't. You've got BBC WM. No, you've got BBC Coventry in Leicester, haven't you? Isn't that one?
That's on one.
Too many local, and I said this when I worked in BBC Local Radio, too many local BBC radio stations. Halve them now. Save, I don't know. Pick a figure out of the sky. Save 20 million quid a year, halve them. There we go, done. Next.
Yeah, next. Yeah, there is too many, I feel. Because we can't get the others, can we?
No. What have you called in for, Angela, apart from this casual flirting?
I was just wondering what your opinion was on the verb.
The verb? The doing words?
No, the band.
Oh, I think, well, it's the second time they've been mentioned this evening, and it's the second time I've said I think they're pony.
Yes, especially when your own cousin can't give you an autograph, ain't it?
Especially when what now?
When your own cousin can't give you an autograph.
Is your cousin in the Verve? Is your cousin Richard Ashcroft?
No.
He's one of the other Verve.
One of the other ones, yeah.
One of the other ones, okay, I don't know their names.
Yeah.
And he won't give you an autograph?
I know, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Well, when did you ask him for an autograph?
Oh, when I was in my 20s, and it might have skipped his mind.
What did he say?
I can't remember.
Get away from me, you weirdo! We're not cousins, I've never met you, go away! I'm calling security!
Yeah.
Wow. So when was this, about 35 years ago?
Probably, yeah, because I'm 54, so, yeah.
Wow. I'm really sorry about that, Angela. If anyone can name another member of the Verve and then wants to write that name down on a piece of paper and then send it to us here at Talk Radio, we'll send it on to Angela.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll do it, wouldn't it? Thank you, Angela. 03444991000. Simon and Sean, stay there. I've got no idea what's going on. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee and Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB. Access all radios.
Talk Radio. Give it
What a
some
show.
lip. Hurry into Homebase this bank holiday for 20% off all garden furniture.
What a show.
So don't miss out.
cheeky vibe.
Homebase.
What's
Always
going
open,
on?
Always low prices. Excludes
It's a good old show tonight, isn't it?
Okay, children,
I'll destroy
settle
him.
down. Thank you for bringing your pets in for
Oh,
Bring Your Pets School Day. Megan, who is this delightful little ball of fur?
It's Treacle, my guinea pig, miss.
Adorable. And Alfie, who's this? It's Ronaldo, my rabbit, miss. What a darling. And what's in the wooden crate, Poppy?
Fluffy.
That's a very strong lock. This way, children.
With a Land Rover Discovery, adventure can take you, well, anywhere. Never stop discovering. Search Land Rover Discovery. Land Rover, above and beyond.
It's time. Time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. With stunning HD video, crisp audio, and instant wireless sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Get your cricket fix this summer on Sky Sports Cricket with every England Summer International for £18 a month. Big shot. Watch England take on Pakistan, Australia and India with every home test, one-dayer and T20 match live. Yes! Plus, live cricket every month of the year, including the ICC World Cup, all for £18 a month. Search by Sky Sports. Requires Sky TV subscription. 31 days notice to cancel. Further terms apply.
Ocean credit card.
If you're looking for credit, go to askocean.co.uk and see in seconds if you'll be accepted for an Ocean credit card before you apply. Checking doesn't affect your credit rating. And with a credit limit of up to £1,500, it's a no-brainer. Go to askocean.co.uk right now and get an answer in seconds. 39.9% APR representative variable. Intelligent Lending Limited is a credit broker. Capital One is the exclusive lender.
Askocean.co.uk.
Ready for the big games this summer? Got a ticket to Russia booked? Front row seats guaranteed? No, don't worry, you don't need any of that to enjoy the football. Go big with AO.com and watch all the action on a large screen 4K TV. Plus, if England reach the knockout stages, claim up to £300 back. With free next day delivery included. Get this exclusive offer now at AO.com.
AO! Let's go!
Offer ends 18th of June. T's and C's apply.
Head on down to any Volkswagen showroom to get a year's free insurance and 2 free services on any new Polo. That's another one just sold. Don't hang around. Oh, and another one. You'd better be quick.
Visit the new Polo event at your Volkswagen retailer from the 18th of May to the 4th of June. They won't be around for long. Insurance on qualifying Polos for drivers aged 18 to 80, subject to eligibility. Terms and conditions apply. Excludes GTI models. Full details Volkswagen.co.uk/polo. Volkswagen motor insurance is arranged and administered by Characterist Technologies Limited. Excludes Northern Ireland.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Jamie East on Talk Radio. Irreverent afternoon entertainment and essential listening on the UK's premier forum of mind-expanding free speech.
Join me, Jamie East. We'll have guests, we'll have phone-ins. Just come to Jamie.
Afternoons with Jamie East. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
What a show! 0344 499 1000. Just indulge me just a second. I just feel like hearing a little bit of John Lennon music. Hang on, just indulge me. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Oh, well. Well, 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 well. Well, well, well indeed, ladies and gentlemen. He said he'd never call the show again about 15 times. He's called the show again. Good evening, Mo. Well, 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 Mo.
Good evening, man. I just felt bad for you, to be honest, because ever since I've actually stopped calling or lowered down the number of calls I'm calling you in,
I can't, Mo, can you just take the phone a little bit away from your mouth, because all I'm hearing is you dribbling out of your gob hole. So just take it away and try and speak a bit clearer. Enunciate.
As usual, you're so disrespectful.
I tell you why, Mo. I tell you why I disrespect you, because you're a really rude, horrible person. I want to speak to your dad. I don't want to speak to you, Mo. I want to speak to your dad.
Well, my dad's not here at the moment.
Oh, well, then call back. Then call back when your dad's there.
No.
Thanks for calling, Mo. Do you know what I nearly did then? I nearly did something very, very naughty. We got a 7-second delay here, which means if someone swears, press a button, the swear doesn't, that 7 seconds doesn't get broadcast, we cut them off. And I nearly said, the reason I'm being like this is because you're a C. No! Childish, isn't it? Let's go to Sean. Good evening, Sean.
Good evening, Mr. Lee. How are you?
All right, thank you, Sean. I'm having the time of my life. I have the best job in the world doing this. I'm having the time of my life. What do you have for us tonight, Sean?
Good stuff. I called once before, just before Christmas, self-confessed radio geek, and I think I asked you about Johnny Marr, and I don't think you're like a Marr sort of person. And I think Catherine said that the Johnny Marr audiobook sounds a little bit like her relatives.
Yes, it's quite a dry. I enjoyed listening to the Johnny Marr audiobook. I thought it went on for about 3 hours too long, and it was a little dry. But I don't really like the Smiths. I don't get the fuss. I've seen Morrissey live, of course I have, at the Kilburn National. But they're not. Yes, whatever I was saying has fizzled out in my mind.
Cool. So a couple of things I'll be as concise as I can, because I know you've got callers on waiting. So so without sort of turning this into Richard and Judy's book club, just a thank you, really. You mentioned a couple of books last year.
Go on.
And I read both of them finally in the last few weeks.
The Bible and the Quran.
Do you know what? You're so close.
My two favourite books, in both in their original languages.
The first one was Colin Schindler's Unpublished BBC Letters book.
Oh, we had him on. That's a great book, that, isn't it? Do you know what? I've not finished that. I've still got that, and that's a great book. Yeah.
It's just so funny. I think it's one of the first pages where some woman from Billericay in the 70s complains about the BBC weather map because they took the clouds down too early or something.
Yeah. So I remember that letter. Yeah, it's a great book. It's a book of letters to the BBC complaining throughout the decades, and it really is. It's a cracking read. Oh, well done, Sean. Excellent. What was the other one?
The other one is David Lloyd's Radio Moments.
Oh, look, you are a proper geek, aren't you? Yes.
It's such a good book, mate. It's full of stuff that I didn't even know about, and it's kind of really interesting how kind of sort of the commercial side of radio evolved. Because I knew sort of bits and bobs about the BBC, like little things like the Matthew Bannister overhaul for Radio 1 and stuff, but I didn't know too much about like commercial sort of radio and
You've
stuff.
seen the documentary about Matthew Bannister and Trevor Dan overhauling the BBC Radio 1, haven't you?
I have, yeah, because Radio 1 did their anniversary last year, and I think they put some stuff on iPlayer.
Right.
I think that was one of the documentaries on iPlayer, I think.
David Lloyd was supposed to come on and talk about that book, and we never did. Here's a little bit of inside gossip. There's a section in there about LBC, and he talks about having to pay off a listener because an unnamed radio presenter libelled them. That was me! I libelled them! We had to pay him about $5,000 for that. Unbelievable. I think I don't know if I know I contributed to the libel I did at Absolute, but yeah, that was me. Anyway, fun times.
Good bit of trivia there, and indeed fun times.
Fun times.
And then the other thing is weird. You were talking about like Paul McCartney's come up already this evening.
Yeah. Love him.
So I've listened to you a lot, and I know you're into the Beatles. I think the Beatles are great, and I like some of McCartney's solo stuff.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on what I perceive as the in-betweeny period? Where do you stand on Wings?
Do you know what? I'm really getting into Wings because I'm listening to a really boring podcast, which is it's called Paul McCartney in the 70s, right? And it's really boring. A lot of music podcasts and books are white men my age, and I've done it in the past. White men my age dissecting and giving their opinions as though their opinions are gospel, right? And I'm conscious that I'm listening to a lot of all music shows tend to be that. White men in their late 40s, early 50s, giving you boring facts. And so I'm listening to that, and I'm just watching on Amazon a documentary. It's called something like Lennon versus McCartney, the songs 1970 to 1980. And I'm really coming round to Wings. I haven't got much. I've just ordered the deluxe version of Band on the Run. Then I was listening to Venus and Mars today. And I was watching some Wings Over America yesterday. Me and Catherine watched some bits. Patchy, Wings is patchy, but I'm coming around to thinking that a lot more of it is good than I first gave it credit for.
It is, yeah. I mean, because my mom really enjoyed Band on the Run album.
Yeah.
She kind of passed that down to me, and I like that album. I sort of skip a few tracks. There's some really good stuff on there.
1985. What a song! I've seen them do that live. What a great song that is.
That's great. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I was going to just say, but also Venus and Mars going into Rock Show. It's brilliant.
It was brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I listened to the deluxe version of that album a couple of days ago, and I think there's another version of the Rock Show, and there's a track at the very end of that deluxe album. I think it's called Letting Go.
Yeah.
And that's a good track as well.
No, McCartney's great. I've always been a big McCartney fan, and yes, I'm trying to buy like Wings vinyl. Again, I was talking to a caller earlier about when I move, I just want to lie on the floor for a week and listen to records, and I want to get some Wings vinyl, but it's surprisingly quite expensive actually. I thought because they sold millions. I thought you'd be able to get them for pennies, but they're quite expensive. Anyway, no, I'm digging Wings. I'm digging Wings. Which, in fact, we're trying to get Denny Lane on the show.
Oh, right, cool.
Denny Lane! We're going to try and get him on the show. That's been sent out, so we're hoping we'll get him on the show.
Nice one. Just before I go, I'm also going to see you in Manchester.
Oh, mate, we look forward to seeing you there on, is it July the 28th, I think, at the 3 Minute Theatre?
So, yeah, end of July. Yeah.
Lovely little venue. We were there last year. It's a great venue. There's still tickets available. I'll give out the website after the news. Thank you, Sean. We shall see you there, mate.
Cheers, Ian.
Ta-ta. Thank you very much. Let's go to Simon. Good evening, Simon.
Hello.
Hello.
Right.
I'm all right, Simon. What you got?
Sorry about my line. It's just that I'm driving.
Yeah.
You hear the Alan Partridge line about Wings?
Wings, the band the Beatles could have been, of course. Great line.
Yeah.
Great line. I mean, the problem I have with Wings is the look. Paul McCartney's hair is awful, but then all the Beatles had terrible hair in the 70s, so what are you going to do?
Well, like most things in the 70s, I suppose.
Yes.
Now look, I've got to just pass on a little bit of wisdom for you.
Okay, beautiful. Love wisdom, me.
If you start playing around with your sound effects button,
Yes.
you get people without personalities calling up
Yes.
to talk to you about Trump.
Well, I see what you've done there. You're making a reference to an earlier caller and a presenter who I used to have a lot of time for.
Well, until he started going on about nothing but Trump.
Until he got a little bit mean and a little bit Trump and Brexit heavy, and it breaks my heart to say, because I would go around the country evangelising about this guy, saying he was like a jazz musician, but now he's like a blues musician. Boring.
I loved him. But if you follow the stuff on Facebook that I do, it's just everybody's saying the same thing.
Yeah. It's disappointing. Simon, thank you very much indeed. Dredge, stay there. Andy, stay there. We're coming to you in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee and Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. Contact Talk Radio. Call 0344 499 1000. Text TALK and your message to 87222. Text costs 25p plus your standard network rate. Or you can tweet us at Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Countdown to Brexit on Talk Radio with The Times. Know your times. The clock is ticking as the UK prepares to officially leave the European Union. Listen to the No Nonsense Breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer tomorrow morning from 6:30, when she'll be joined by Times journalists to discuss the latest Brexit developments. Don't just be informed, be well informed with debate, analysis and opinion from right across the political spectrum. Countdown to Brexit with Julia Hartley-Brewer. Weekday mornings from 6:30 on Talk Radio with The Times.
Find your perfect pre-owned vehicle with a Mitsubishi approved used range. They come with a guaranteed service history, 2-year warranty, roadside assistance, free annual health check and a 30-day exchange plan. Plus, from the 18th to 27th of May, your local Mitsubishi dealer will be offering a £500 deposit contribution. Visit Mitsubishi-cars.co.uk. £500 deposit contribution with 9.9% APR. Shogun Finance Limited. Offer available between the 18th and 27th of May 2018 at participating retailers only. Credit subject to status. 18 plus UK residents.
What are you thinking for dinner?
Great Taste of America's back at McDonald's with a Chicago stack.
What's that?
First up, we've got 2 beef burgers. And this is not possible. 2 cheeses, bacon, and a steakhouse barbecue sauce? The crowd goes wild. So you coming?
Touchdown! We have a winner!
Great Taste of America is back at McDonald's. Go all out for the meaty Chicago stack. 2 cheeses, bacon, and a steakhouse barbecue sauce. Around until Tuesday. Available from 10:30 a.m. subject to availability, participating restaurants only.
1 2 1 2. Music's always best when it's live. Same as Sky Vegas bonus time. And that baby's live right now.
Between 9 and 11 every night, our unmissable bonus game is guaranteed to trigger in Sky Vegas bonus time. Only at Sky Vegas. Unexpect more. 18 plus, ends 3rd of July. Customers must be playing when bonus games randomly triggered. Minimum 20p stake. Free spins must be claimed and used by midnight. Eligibility restrictions and further T's and C's apply. BeGambleAware.org. When the fun stops, stop.
Cast your mind back and think. Were you ever contacted out of the blue for a pension review? Were you advised to move your work or personal pension into a SIP, self-invested personal pension? You could be due thousands if you were missold. Money Redress are trusted claim specialists in pension and investment mis-selling. They'll manage the whole claim for you on a no payout, no fee basis, so you can't lose. Text WIN to 85077.
Connor, that was quite a shift.
Yeah, you know, credit to the team.
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Yeah, like with the LG OLED TV. True black, perfect colour, stunning clarity. Just 1499 for the 55-inch. And there's 0% interest over 18 months on the 55 and the 65-inch models. At Courage PC World, we help you get it right.
Future purchases at 19.9% APR representative, aged 18 and over, £99 plus. PSG Retail Limited is a credit broker, creation consumer finance, authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority.
Planting could be like this, or like this. Just like in Section C
Citroen C3 is available in 36 colour combinations. We could have made a car, but we made a car for you. Citroen C3 is now available with 0% APR. Visit citroen.co.uk to find out more. Citroen UK is a credit broker and not a lender. Terms, eligibility criteria and returns conditions apply. PSA Finance UK Limited. 0% offer is only available on selected versions. Visit citroen.co.uk for more details.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
We are
Talk Radio. Give it some lip. Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio on the hour news headlines.
Good evening, I'm Adam Whitty. Harvey Weinstein is expected to surrender to New York police following sex assault allegations, according to reports in America. More than 70 women have made claims against him, but the producer has always denied allegations of non-consensual sex by his accusers. Sky's Enda Brady says it's a significant development.
There have been 3 separate police investigations, 1 in this country and 2 in the United States. Several American news outlets, they're reporting that Mr. Weinstein is expected to be charged tomorrow in New York.
Comes as Morgan Freeman has apologised following allegations of sexual misconduct made by 8 women and several others. Freeman said he was sorry to anyone who felt uncomfortable or disrespected. Donald Trump has cancelled a planned meeting with North Korea, saying it's now up to the country's leader to make it happen.
If and when Kim Jong-un chooses to engage in constructive dialogue and actions, I am waiting.
The US president's written to Mr. Kim, saying his anger and hostility make it inappropriate to hold talks at this time, but he says he hopes the 2 leaders will meet someday. New data protection rules come into play from midnight tonight, but GDPR is confusing many people, and some businesses will lose huge chunks of their mailing lists. Tech expert and broadcaster Jamie Bartlett has been telling Talk Radio it's all about putting the consumer in control.
One of the aspects of this GDPR is to try to make those terms and conditions a lot clearer and simpler, so that you can read it and you really do actually understand what it is they're going to use your email for.
2 men who petrol-bombed a house have been jailed for life 4 times over for killing 4 children in Greater Manchester in December. Their mum got out alive, but was in a coma until last month when she was told all but one of her children were dead. And Talk Radio has been told schools that haven't had an Ofsted inspection for several years present a huge safeguarding risk. Head teacher Vic Goddard from Channel 4's Educating Essex says Ofsted play a vital role in children's safety.
You make a presumption that we employ people that are suitable to work with children. Checks on their criminal records, on their, are they actually who they say they are? The only people that ever check schools are doing that right is Ofsted.
And your weather. Tonight there will be rain for central parts of England and Wales, although dry elsewhere. Tomorrow it will be bright in northern areas after early cloud cover, while the opposite...
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It is the late night alternative. Weeknights from 10 o'clock until 1. Me and Catherine Boyle. Kath will come in a little bit. She's busy fielding your calls. And you can call in about absolutely anything you want. We generally go for the frivolous, the light-hearted, the fluff. But sometimes we get a little bit heavy. And there is something... I do want to play something a little bit later on. A public service announcement from America, from a radio station in America, that is very, very dark. We're going to play it, and we're going to look at the story a bit, and we're going to listen to the radio station, then we're going to try and give them a call as well and see what they think. But we'll do that in a bit. 0344 499 1000. We're going to Dredge first. Good evening, Dredge.
Hello.
Oh.
It's time now for the Kenny Everett Fact of the Week.
Can I say something?
Hello.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it.
Oh no, what are you going to say?
I don't really like Kenny Everett.
Yeah, I thought you didn't. I gleaned that.
I've been going along with the whole Kenny Everett thing for years now, because it just seems... But now I think enough time has passed, I can say, I don't really buy it.
How do you mean that? How do you mean you don't buy it?
I find it dull. I find his layered harmonies, very difficult to do in those days. It was all done on tape, of course, but I find it creepy. And, what have we got here? Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, look. It's David Bowie. I just think...
Like Russell Brand.
That was quite a good Everett, wasn't it? Oh, look. What have we got here? Who's walked into my studio? It's the Bee Gees. I just find it, for God's sakes, man, just grow up. Sorry.
Thanks very much.
Sorry about that.
That's a shame. No, because that's interesting. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I thought you weren't a big fan of his.
Catherine's typed on my screen. You're saying Everett should grow up? Yeah. Anyway.
What you might find interesting is that Stanley Kubrick once offered to direct a film starring Kenny Everett.
Yes. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it never happened, but he was interested in those sort of mad comedians like Peter Sellers, wasn't he? People of that sort.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't put Everett in the same bracket as someone like Sellers or Milligan or...
No, God, no.
No?
No, I don't buy it.
What's the difference?
Well, Milligan is a genius, creative genius, right? The amount of stuff that poured out of him, the quality of stuff that poured out of him, the fact that here's my definition of a genius, Dredge, right? My definition of a genius is someone who sees the world in a unique way.
And Everett didn't.
No, let me finish. My definition of a genius is someone who sees the world in a completely unique way and is able to portray what they can see through their art. Be it painting, be it films, be it poetry, be it novels, be it movies, be it speeches, be it dance, whatever. That they see something that no one else sees, and they can express it in an artistic endeavour, right?
That's exactly what Everett did.
No, he didn't. Everett listened to the Bee Gees and then multi-tracked himself. That was it. Whereas Milligan saw the world, in a very, wonky way and was able to express that wonkiness. I don't think using that, slightly skewy definition of genius, I don't think Sellers was a genius.
But I personally think Everett did see the world in a wonky way, and that came out in everything he did.
Why won't you accept that you're wrong, man? Why won't you accept that hey, listen, I'm not going to have a go at you I'm not going to, ban people for liking Everett. I'm glad he existed, and I can see the lineage from Everett to Baker to all different guys. I see the lineage, and I get it, and I'm glad he existed, and all of that. But I'm just being honest with you, John. I just don't buy it. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Stop it. I don't like it.
Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
But we can still be friends.
Well, you say that, but what I was going to say is
okay, here we go. I'm opening this up now. Here we go. Right, I'm moving to a new house, Dredge, right?
I know. Okay.
It's in the middle of nowhere. Right. One night, I'm going to live stream a séance in my house. Me, Katarina Boyle, my mate Scott Balcony, and I'm looking for a listener to come, Dredge, and I would like that listener to be you. Will you come to a séance, Ouija boards and pentagrams at my house one night, late one night in the dark?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
No, he's gonna.
Sounds like a good laugh.
Don't tell him, but he's gonna be the sacrifice, Catherine.
What was that?
He's gonna be the virgin we sacrifice. Huh? Sorry? Hello? We're back on. We're back on it.
What was that?
Seriously, that's going to happen at some point this summer.
So I don't know much about seances and table tapping and things of that sort, so it sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? I mean, what was that funny woman earlier? She was like, very few people realise I'm also a clairvoyant.
Hang on, where have you gone? John's passed to the other side, we can't hear you.
Can't you?
No, I can hear you now. We couldn't hear you then. As you started doing an impression of her, you went, I couldn't hear what you were saying.
I went to the other side.
Yeah?
You mean the BBC?
There we go, well done.
But, I have clairvoyant tendencies myself. I'm getting something coming through on you, Ian. I can tell that you're going to be broadcasting till 1 o'clock this evening.
Oh, you're absolute. But I tell you someone who did have clairvoyant tendencies and then went to the hospital because of the voices in his head. And the hospital said to him, right, Dredge, referred him to an exorcist. Have a guess who?
Vivian Stanshall?
No, Rainbow George. That's true, isn't it, George?
Absolutely true.
Yeah, and you'll hear that story and more on the podcast series that will be coming out probably in the summer at some point. 7 episodes of...
7 episodes?
It's going to be 7, very specifically, it's going to be 7 episodes of primarily Kath talking to George, intercut with bits from his tape collection, which I estimated is about 2,500 C90s and C60s. And it's gonna. We went and recorded it on Wednesday, yesterday, and we got about. I think we got about 2 hours, over 2 hours of some cracking stuff, John. It's gonna sound. It's going to sound brilliant. And we're also thinking, George can, has to give the thumbs up to this. So we're going to do this podcast series, Dredge, 7 episodes with, that's just series 1, but 7 episodes of interviews and intercut with tapes of George's. I'm also thinking, Dredge, that I start digitising those tapes and start uploading those as well as a separate endeavour. Would you be up for listening to those?
Yeah. Is it like... I mean, George, what sort of things have you got on those tapes?
Well, mainly radio conversations. In the early days, conversations in my living room, sort of 1984, 85, 86, 87, and from then it's mainly radio shows and me trying to share some ideas and provoke a bit of thought, and I wasn't that happy with what I said to Catherine yesterday, and I think I could have done.
Well, wait a minute, you were brilliant. You told some brilliant stories. We'll tighten it up in the edit. You told brilliant stories. I was fascinated. Honestly, we were sat there for a good couple of hours. You're never happy, George. We were there for a good couple. We got some gold, mate. Trust me, George. We got gold.
I don't think so. But
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I have a wish. My favourite John Lennon song. I'd like to hear that.
Yes.
Watching the wheels go by.
Oh, I was listening to that today. That's a great song. People say I'm crazy doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I used to play that. My first recordings, I had a Revox machine, and I was recording on that.
He will express mild disappointment. That'll be it. He won't slag us off.
And making the recordings, but all my Revox tapes disappeared when I sold the Peter Cook tapes, because a lot of those conversations were on Revox.
Right.
But anyway, it would be great to hear Watching the Wheels Go By.
We might play it a little bit later on.
I've got a request.
Go on. Ban George from calling in. How rude. How rude, Dredge. Outrageous behaviour. Outrageous, George. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear that.
No, I'm teasing. Go on, what's your request, Dredge?
But yesterday you were talking about Africa by Toto being the best record ever made.
Best song ever done, yeah, totally.
I think Rosanna is better.
It's good, but it's not right.
And the thing is, I just saw today online that Weezer have covered it, and I don't know much about Weezer, but this version of it is absolutely spot on.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoy listening to it at home on your own. Or on your, you've got a radio show, Dredge. Go and play it on that.
Oh yeah, thanks for that.
I think you two should hang out with each other, Dredge and George. I think you'd get on. You met each other at,
We did.
You met each other. I think you two should hang out. You'd get on.
You reckon?
I genuinely, I really, really do. I think you would.
Okay.
Oh, well.
I'm ready to hang.
Nice.
I think you're both, I just think you'd find each other interesting. I do. I was thinking this the other day.
Where are you based, Dredge?
Where am I based? In London town.
Right. I'm in Highgate. Is that
right?
Highgate,
from you? Not too far, actually. Not too far.
You should go round. Dredge, you should go round to George's. He makes a cracking cup of tea. He's got.
No, I don't.
He's got some clementines. No, Madeleines.
Well, they were specially for you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Dredge. You won't be getting any of those.
Yes, you will.
And you go round, you listen, and you can. Honestly, just seeing that tape collection is an impressive thing.
You're obsessed with cassettes, aren't you, Ian?
I love cassette. Oh, I love cassettes. I'm a big fan of cassettes. My boys have got a cassette player as part of their CD player in their bedrooms, and they've got a record player as well. I'm a big fan of cassettes. I think it's the cassette. The C90 TDK is the best form of saving and transporting music. I really believe it. I love it. When I bought my last car, I asked if they could put in a cassette player, and they laughed at me.
A friend of mine's just put out an album only on cassette.
Yep.
And because he likes that old-fashioned thing, but I don't know, you know, because cassettes, they just end up getting all mangled up.
No, they don't. No, very, very rarely they do. But also, from the age of about 8, I was the master at fixing mangled tapes. So even at the age of 8, I was unscrewing the cassettes and taking them apart. And if the tape snapped, I'd fix it with a little bit of sellotape. Oh, I was brilliant at that.
Oh, I've got one of those tapes.
I'll fix it for you, George. I'll fix it.
Brilliant.
I love doing that.
It was a good one from Glastonbury one year.
Of course it was.
But I mean, don't you remember, like, you know, I'd be listening to a cassette of something and get to a good bit of some broadcast, and then suddenly I'd hear something from the other side of the cassette backwards.
Oh, I tell you what I've got, right? My sister made me a tape of one side, it was the first Bell and Sebastian album. The other side, it was Vic Chestnut, was that his name?
Don't know.
Yeah, the
fella in a wheelchair. The Nirvana was right, and it was, and both the Vic Chestnut. I thought it's really sweet songs, right? But I thought it was like an avant-garde thing because you could hear like voices in the background, and the radio would kind of come in and then fade away, and I thought that that's what the album was until about 15 years later I bought the album on CD, and of course none of that stuff was there. None of that stuff was there. It had just somehow warped its way onto the recording. Beautiful. Love it.
Have you ever heard any of my stuff with Russell Brand? Have you tuned into any of that?
What have you done with Russell Brand? I know you've done stuff with Russell. What have you done?
Well, I was on his Radio 2 show a few times and tried to involve him in things, but we haven't spoken for years now. I spoke to his dad earlier on today.
How's his dad doing? Is he all right?
His dad is okay. His mother's...
Mum's very ill, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
His dad said she's getting better.
I occasionally I sort of see Russell at events and things, but I spoke to him. I did a show with him before he got really famous, when he was sort of bubbling under. God, that must have been 15 years ago. And he was a very nice, very polite, very charming gentleman. I think he's very clever, and I think he's very bright, and I think he's a good lad.
I met him soon after Peter Cook passed away, and he came to the Muse to see where Peter used to live.
I tell you what, there's a program with Peter Cook, Kenny Everett and Spike Milligan all in the same show. Did you know of that, George?
I think so. I seem to remember it vaguely.
A whole lot in one show, yeah.
And I'm just wondering something else, Ian.
Yes?
Any chance of doing a trailer podcast with our calls on it, sort of the Rainbow George calls?
You're obsessed with making me work like a dog. Yeah. At some point, but like I said, I've not got my hands on all my technical capabilities until I move. But yes, we can do that.
I mean, the first call we did when I didn't realise we were speaking on the radio.
We'll find it, and we'll do it. And George, and by the way, thank you for those Skittles, those children's Skittles that used to belong to Peter Cook. They're absolute treasure. They will take pride of place in my new house.
You're always meant to have them.
Thank you, mate. George, listen, honestly, you did a cracking job the other day. We got some great stuff. Dredge, I'm going to cut you off. There we go. 0344 499 1000. Andy and Pete, stay there. Come after this. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio, digital debate for the UK.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Brighten up your mornings and take a brilliant break with Mike Graham on Talk Radio with the Sun Holiday Shop. Great value breaks all year round. Listen to Talk Radio every weekday morning from 10 for 3 hours packed full of fabulous features, great value guests, and quick-fire calls on all of the day's top talking points. Don't miss Mike Graham every weekday morning from 10 on Talk Radio with the Sun Holiday Shop. Great value breaks all year round. Go to thesun.co.uk/holiday shop.
Find your perfect pre-owned vehicle with a Mitsubishi approved used range. They come with a guaranteed service history, 2-year warranty, roadside assistance, free annual health check and a 30-day exchange plan. Plus, from the 18th to 27th of May, your local Mitsubishi dealer will be offering a £500 deposit contribution. Visit Mitsubishi-cars.co.uk. £500 deposit contribution with 9.9% APR. Shogun Finance Limited. Offer available between the 18th and 27th of May 2018 at participating retailers only. Credit subject to status. 18 plus UK residents.
Keeping your four wheels fresh when you've got a four-legged friend can be a hairy business. Until now. Power Out Pet Mess Kit is the brilliant new product from Turtle Wax that keeps canine carrying cars clean. Whether you take your Vizsla in a van, your hound in a hatchback, or your black lab in a black cab, Power Out Pet Mess Kit is the simple way to remove the unwanted hairs and odours pet passengers leave behind. Turtle Wax Power Out Pet Mess Kit. Trusted innovation inside and out. Buy today from Halfords to get 20% off.
Get your cricket fix this summer on Sky Sports Cricket with every England Summer International for £18 a month. Big shot. Watch England take on Pakistan, Australia and India with every home test, one-dayer and T20 match live. Yes! Plus, live cricket every month of the year, including the ICC World Cup, all for £18 a month. Search by Sky Sports. Requires Sky TV subscription. 31 days notice to cancel. Further terms apply.
What are you thinking for dinner?
Great Taste of America's back at McDonald's with the Chicago stack.
What's that?
First up, we've got 2 beef burgers. And this is not possible. 2 cheeses, bacon, and a steakhouse barbecue sauce? The crowd goes wild. So you coming?
Touchdown! We have a winner!
Great Taste of America is back at McDonald's. Go all out for the meaty Chicago stack. 2 cheeses, bacon, and a steakhouse barbecue sauce. Around until Tuesday. Available from 10:30am, subject to availability, participating restaurants only.
Connor, that was quite a shift.
Yeah, you know, credit to the team.
Any assists?
Yeah, like with the LG OLED TV. True black, perfect colour, stunning clarity. Just 1499 for the 55-inch. And there's 0% interest over 18 months on the 55 and the 65-inch models. At Curry's PC World, we help you get it right.
Future purchases at 19.9% APR representative, aged 18 and over, £99 plus. DSG Retail Limited is a credit broker for Creation Consumer Finance, authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority.
Play by your own rules. The Renault Capture Play turns your city into your playground with automatic headlights to uncover hidden gems, sensitive front wipers to clear the way, and the contrasting roof to show your true colours. Just $199 a month and $199 deposit with 0% APR representative. The Renault Capture Play. Book your test drive today. 0% APR representative. Renault Finance. Deposit $199. 48 monthly payments of $199. Final payment $5544. Subject to status. Over 18s. Order by July 2nd. Register by September 30th, 2018. Participating dealers only. T's and C's apply. See Renault.co.uk/offers.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Andy, good evening, Andy. Sorry you've been waiting for ages, sir. What do you have for us tonight?
Andre, if you
Oh,
don't
it's
mind.
you, God, for crying out loud.
Now,
Yes.
Ian,
Yes.
I've got 2 things that I bet you can't do in my mind, right? I'm going to do that. Right, here's the first one, okay? You ready?
Unfortunately, yes.
Right, I'm just in the Dollar Cuisine at the moment.
Yes.
You get a cup of water, yeah, and you go like this. You've got to listen carefully, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, that's the first one.
Are you gargling? I can gargle.
Yeah, the second one. Right, I still awkward, but
I can gargle.
let me just pop the phone up. Right, you ready for the second one?
You're gargling meths. Yes?
Can you hear this?
Go on.
Did you hear that?
Blow a train.
No.
Was it?
Owl or wood pigeon?
Well, or
Right, hang on, let's do it again. Hold on. Wait a minute.
that's a train.
Wood pigeon.
That's a train.
All right, hold on. Let me do it again.
Yeah.
Owl.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right. I think I can do it. Hang on. Let me have a go. I
It's all right. You need both hands, cup them, and blowing it gently.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
That's a flipping train. Xylophone. That's a flipping train. That's a steam train. Ain't it, Al? Ian, turn that flipping train off. Ian. Right, hello? Turn the train off, Ian. Yeah, steam train.
Yeah, steam train.
That's a ghost. Ian? Hello, you there? Ian? Hold on.
Let's go to Pete. Good evening, Pete.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. What have you got for us tonight?
That was a crazy call just before, mate. I don't think I can come into that.
You haven't got to come into that. You leave it well alone would be my advice.
Listen, I just want... So, I live in... Do you know Cobham in Surrey?
I've heard of it. I don't know it.
Okay, so you haven't been to Cobham before. So...
Don't think so.
My subject on the phone call is gypsies, travellers.
Okay.
Type
Well,
thing.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this. Okay. Yes.
So, to give you a quick little paint the picture, Cobham is where Chelsea Football Club's training ground is based. And Roman Abramovich changed Cobham in a sense and changed the area.
Right.
And it's 90% multi-millionaires or billionaires.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a little village.
Yeah.
And the last year, there's been caravans just turning up on the main car park. There's only like one car park.
Yes.
And
Yes.
where all the wags and all that and the celebrities go shopping.
Yeah.
And so they've been turning up and all the time. And I've got a Twitter feed that I created about 3 years ago for Cobham and Oxshott. Because Oxshott is a neighbouring village where Jansen Brothers and Andy Murray and all those boys live. And I just wanted your view, because I'm always these guys have been coming to Cobham for the last year.
Yes.
Like took over the field, took over the car park, and just come sporadically. And so I contact the police and tweet them in because I got a Twitter feed, Cobham_Oxshott, that's just based around Cobham.
Yes.
And now they're pulled into Paintier Park. I don't know if you know Paintier Park.
I don't. Like I said, I don't know the area. No.
Yeah. So I just wanted because I've been obviously pestering the police and like.
I will tell. I'll tell you. There's stuff's not. I'll tell you my view. I think it's disgusting. I think it's outrageous. I think they are absolute scumbags, and I think that if the police cannot move on multi-millionaire footballers and wags, then what the hell is this country coming to? I don't want those leeches. I don't want those overpaid thickos and their stupid wives and girlfriends hanging around. I don't want those thugs and those ruffians that are getting the cost of my house per week so they can go and spunk it all on stupid gold cars and horrible jewellery, swanning around like they own the place. If the police can't move them on, then you should move the footballers and wags on yourself, Pete.
Mate, yeah, you got to. Well done, brother.
Thanks very much, Pete.
Anyway.
Appreciate the call. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. So Catherine found this this story online. Right, it's an incredible story. Right? It's this radio station in America, and the radio station is called Cave 97.7 FM. Right. And it's based in Arizona. Okay. And it's like a tiny little, in America, they've got all these tiny little radio stations, local radio stations, speech radio stations, music radios. They've got them everywhere, right? Thousands of them. And it's exciting and it's brilliant and lovely, right? And they're not really governed by, they don't have Ofcom over there, not governed by their own things. And this radio station, for the last 2 years, has been playing a PSA, they call it, a public service announcement, for 2 years. Right. And in the last couple of months, people have started going, that PSA they're playing, that's... Did you hear what they just said in it? Gonna play it to you. It's not the best quality, so you've got to listen. Okay? But this is what is being broadcast at regular intervals on Cave FM. Have a listen to this, right?
In many cases, the penalty for possession of pictures is worse than the penalty for murder. You should understand that your internet provider could report you to the police if they catch you looking at a website featuring naked juveniles. The police then enter your house and seize your computer. If you have such material, you can save yourself and your family a ton of grief and save the taxpayers of Arizona a lot of money by never storing such pictures on the hard drive of your computer. Always use an external drive and hide it where nobody will ever find it. Likewise, never keep paper pictures, tapes, or films of naked juveniles where anyone else can find them. A public service message from the Cave 97.7 FM.
Did you hear it? I want to laugh, right? I want to laugh, but it's real. It's real. I'll play it again, because you might not have heard it. It's very sincere, and he talks about tapes and videos and wet pictures of naked juveniles. Let's have a listen again.
In many cases, the penalty for possession of pictures is worse than the penalty for murder. You should understand that your internet provider could report you to the police if they catch you looking at a website featuring naked juveniles. The police then enter your house and seize your computer. If you have such material, you can save yourself and your family a ton of grief and save the taxpayers of Arizona a lot of money by never storing such pictures on the hard drive of your computer. Always use an external drive and hide it where nobody will ever find it. Likewise, never keep paper pictures, tapes, or films of naked juveniles where anyone else can find them. A public service message from the Cave 97.7 FM.
Oh, that's a bit ripe, isn't it? It's not saying don't look at child pictures of child rape and abuse. Naked juveniles, child pornography. The phrase child pornography is wrong, and I must stop using it. So they use the phrase. The guy there, Paul Lotzoff, who runs the radio station, he's the station editor, station manager, program controller. Different terms they use over there. Naked juveniles, so pictures of abuse photographs of children, juveniles, children, kids. If you're going to store them on a computer, have them stored on an external hard drive that you can hide. If you've got pictures, actual physical paper pictures and DVDs and videos, make sure you put them where they can't be found. It's incredible, isn't it? It's incredible. That ran for 2 years before anybody said anything. And literally in the last sort of week, 2 weeks, it's become quite a big-ish news story. Let's have a little listen to the radio station now. This is what the radio station, The Cave, is broadcasting now. So this is the kind of station they are. And interspersed, it's like a country station, soft country. And interspersed, you know, amongst all the radio shows, was that public service announcement. It's incredible. Hang on, so there's a presenter here. Well, at least they're grown up there. It's real, it's incredible. The guy that runs the station is Paul Lotzoff, right? We are trying to get him on the show. I don't suppose there's any response to your email, is there yet? No. It's going to be tough. And we are... We're trying... We've sent an email that cleverly kind of says that we support free speech. And that's what this show is based on, free speech. Hoping. You can't send out an email saying, we think you're disgusting and here's what we want to, because you won't get a response. So there's a way, public service announcements. I wonder if it's on their website. No. They do have a page on their website, cavefm.com. Most radio stations don't air local public service announcements, but Cave FM is a strong believer in community. So we air a public service announcement once each hour. There are a few rules that you should know about. 1, the announcement must benefit a non-profit organisation and we need to know the name. 2, we will not give free plugs to businesses that are set up for profit unless they are Cave sponsors. 3, we are not set to take public service announcements over the telephone. 4, if you're having a special event and it is more than 2 weeks in the future, don't give us the information yet. We'll probably lose it. 5, you don't need to write the copy. And 6, it's got to be about nonsense. 6 was a joke I threw in there. Send us an email. You get a free car sticker. Your opinions. Here we go. Here's a message from Cave manager Paul Lotsoff, the guy that did that. Below you see many suggestions on how Cave FM might improve its service to its many listeners. I would say giving advice to paedophiles is probably something you should stop. Some of these ideas are well thought out and have merit. Most of them have one thing in common. They require either a lot of someone's time or a good chunk of cash in order to implement. Not too many people are willing to work for free, so when you talk about time and effort, you're also talking about money. There is only one way for a radio station to spend money, and that is to first sell advertising. The problem is that the owners of nearly all the businesses in our coverage area are unwilling to buy our advertising, even when our rates are dirt cheap. I wonder why, Paul Lotsoff. A good salesperson would be the answer to our dreams, but they're nearly impossible to find. It's hard to improve service with hardly any revenues. Just seeing if there's any comment about... I can't see any comment about the thing. There's a thing here, Cave Men. Okay, I don't know what that means. Let's click on editorials. What's this? Editorial. Hang on. Well, here we go. This is interesting. This is an editorial. You got to think. Come in. This is an editorial from November of last year. Come and listen to this, Kath, because you'll find this interesting. This is by Paul Lotsoff. Has he just replied to you just now?
No, I've got an absolute beauty. This is kind of his last word on the subject.
Hang on a second. Let me just do this, and we'll get to this. Is from November of last year. I'm Cave manager Paul Lotsoff. It was about 20 years ago when I and a friend of mine heard some clattering on my back patio. We looked outside and there were 2 cats. One appeared to be the mother, and the other was a kitten whom we guessed was a daughter. We named them Naomi and Wyona and gave them both food. One day they appeared at the door and she looked like she'd been in a war zone. She was badly cut and could hardly walk. I rushed her to a vet who had some interesting information. First, that Wyona was a male. Secondly, male cats have a tendency to roam around looking for girl cats. And they often get into terrible fights when they stick their paws where they're unwelcome. The news stories that we've been hearing over the past few years seem to show that sticking paws and other body parts where they aren't wanted is by no means limited to male cats. We male humans have similar problems. And there's hardly a day that goes by when the news doesn't contain some story about a well-known man who has become the target of complaints from various women. Okay, he goes on to basically kind of... I don't really understand. He kind of... Oh, here we go. So he talks about Bill Cosby and Taylor Swift and Harvey Weinstein. And then he goes on to point out that Martin Luther King was surrounded by women everywhere he went and had sexual relations with multitudes of them. But the American people were willing to overlook King's immorality and hypocrisy. And today his birthday is a national holiday. So clearly we have different standards for different men. Maybe if a man does some good things, we will look the other way when he occasionally yields to his animal instincts. I think it's a shame to deprive the American people of the talents of Charlie Rose just because he occasionally stuck his paws where they weren't welcome. Rose is a brilliant interviewer with near encyclopedic knowledge of nearly every subject. Right, he's the guy that touched up Taylor Swift. Right. I enjoyed his programmes on PBS. I hope they will reinstate him. I also don't think that the radio Oh, no, he wasn't. Sorry. I also don't think that the radio personality in Denver deserved to lose his job because just because he patted Taylor Swift in the wrong place. It was a sexual assault. And one final thought. If all males kept their paws to themselves, the only living things in this world would be plants, and even they are believed to need insects in order to reproduce. What a douchebag, as the Americans say. We'll do the adverts, then we'll get the latest from Paul Lotsoff, then we're going to give the radio station a call. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK,
it seems to take it down from the
on
radio station's
DAB.
website.
A radio
But
star
the link
is
is a dead link
born.
now, but
You're going to love
Paul Editorial
Talk
put it
Radio.
on there.
Brilliant.
And he
Ready for the
just
big games
stitches
this summer?
himself
Got a ticket to
right
Russia
up.
booked. Front row seats guaranteed. No,
It's really
don't
long as
worry.
well,
You
so-
don't need any of that to enjoy the
It's
football.
incredible, isn't
But
it?
it's beautiful.
Well found. How did you find this?
AO.com and watch
Well,
all the action on a
people
live
were
screen
talking about
4K
it.
Right, well
TV. Plus, if England reach the knockout
But they
stages,
didn't
claim
read
up to
this out,
£300
which
back.
is
With free
incredible.
next day delivery included. Get this exclusive offer now at AO.com.
I'm retweeting the tweet that says, what the
Offer
actual
ends
fuck?
18th of June.
Next
T's and
tweet,
C's apply.
what in the
Cast your
living
mind
fuck?
back and think.
Next tweet, the hell?
Ever contacted out of the blue for a pension review? Were you advised
This guy
to move
completely
your work,
misses the point in his,
personal pension
it's not an
into a
apology,
SIP,
it's
self-invested
isn't
personal
it a shame
pension?
that people
You could be
are
due
being
thousands if
self-appointed
you were
moral
mis-sold.
guardians?
Money
is basically what
Redress
they're
are
saying.
trusted claim specialists in pension and investment mis-selling. They'll manage the whole claim for you on a no payout, no fee basis, so you can't lose. Text WIN to 85077.
With the World Cup almost here, Red Driving School wants you. Red has just won the National Driving School Award 2018, and we're offering a special deal to join our team. There's never been a better time to pull on your instructing boots, as demand for driving lessons is rising. Instructor earnings are increasing. It's an open goal. Imagine first-rate training and support through to full qualification. Then work the hours you
So
want
if men
when
put
you
their
want.
hands to themselves, then
There's
people
room on the Red Team Sheet for you. For details, visit reddrivingschool.com.
The Dictionary of Driving.
It must be a
by
one-man
Mazda.
band, that radio
Today,
station, surely.
the letter F. F is for Fleet Elite. Mazda fleet cars that are a cut above the rest. The Mazda 3 and the Mazda CX-5 easily qualify as the Fleet Elite. With fine craftsmanship and high spec as standard, both are ideal for company car drivers who need reliable, high-quality vehicles that won't break the bank. Readily available with Mazda Business Contract Hire. Why not join the Fleet Elite? Search Mazda Fleet. Mazda. Drive together. Business users only. T's and C's and exclusions apply.
At Wickes this weekend, there's 15% off all paint, wood care, tiles and flooring, including great brands like
Bringing
Dulux and
Martin Luther
Cuprinol.
King into it.
Starting
Wow.
Monday. Wickes. Why, hello. It's me,
Black man, that's right.
Dracula.
It's the thing he's not
Relax,
saying.
I don't bite much. Unlike the cost of some broadband deals. That's why I switched to Sky Broadband Unlimited. It's monstrously good value. Just £18 a month for 12 months, including line rental, plus a $9.95 setup fee for new and existing Sky TV customers. It's totally unlimited, and they'll never slow you down. Well, you don't want anything to stop the flow when you're screaming. Streaming, do you? Search Sky Broadband. Offer ends soon. Sky. Believe in better. Sky network areas and new broadband customers only. 12-month contract. Further terms apply.
Connor, that was quite a shift.
Yeah, you know, credit to the team.
Any assists?
Yeah, like with the LG OLED TV. True black, perfect colour, stunning clarity. Just $1,499 for the 55-inch. In fact, buy any 55-inch plus TV this summer, there's a 1 in 20 chance to get your money back. At Curry's PC World, we help you get it right.
16 plus, excludes Northern Ireland, ends 26th of 6th. Register 32 to 42 days after purchase. Full terms at currys.co.uk/free TV.
George McTavish, Neephead Galloway, you have been found guilty of presenting dangerously compelling radio. How do you plead?
Guilty, as charged.
Never said that before. The mother of all talk shows with George Galloway.
Join me for 3 hours of double galvanized opinion, supercharged debate, and highly energized crystalline vision. Radio Free Galloway. Knock me right down and I'll bounce right back.
The mother of all talk shows with George Galloway.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Tomorrow night from 7
On the nation's new home of sizzling debate.
Talk Radio. Maybe you can't handle the truth.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
So we're talking about Cave FM and about the fact they've been playing for 2 years, a public service announcement telling you to hide your images of child sexual abuse in case you get busted. This is what they're broadcasting right now.
As far as they go,
Lame Country. Paul Lopsoff is the name of the guy, the station manager and the guy that voiced the public service announcement. Catherine, what you got?
Well, he earlier this month he put something up on their website,
Yes.
and it's been taken down now. But Radio Inc., a radio website in the States, I believe, has got it in full, and it is really something to see. Here's what he wrote, and this was in the week that he pulled it.
Sorry?
So he pulled the PSA from
Thank you.
there.
Thank you.
I'm delighted with the exposure that we've received. If nothing else, it's really put Tiny Benson on the map, even though our city officials probably don't appreciate any of this.
For nonceing. Jeez.
I'm Cave Manager Paul Lotzoff. For many years, I've been seeing and hearing news reports about people who got sentenced to horrible prison sentences when their only crime was possession of pieces of paper, or in more cases, the person was caught with dirty pictures on his computer. About 2 years ago, the thought occurred to me that, as a broadcaster, maybe I could do something to help these unfortunate people, who are in many cases doing life in prison, and maybe help keep other people out of prison. I came up with a 1-minute public service message which I aired late at night. It started out by explaining that Arizona has a law about possession of child pornography that is the most stringent in the nation, in that it carries a mandatory 10-year prison sentence for each image found. In the second half of my message, I suggested that if for any reason a person has such material, he'd take measures to prevent having to spend years behind bars. For about 2 years, the only response I got from this message was an occasional complaint that the message was depraved. But nothing much happened until a few days ago when someone recorded the message off the radio and posted it on Facebook. Suddenly, it exploded. I began getting phone calls from television stations in Tucson, then TV stations in Phoenix and from the Phoenix-based Arizona Republic newspaper. Then national news services began to contact me. Even the BBC in London has done a report on my announcement. And the calls from news organisations keep on coming. I'm delighted with the exposure that we've received.
Wow.
If nothing else, it's put Tiny Benson on the map, even though our city officials probably don't appreciate any of this.
He said that already, hasn't he?
Yeah, that was I think that was part of the headline.
Oh, right.
Judging by the posts on Facebook and other websites, it's clear that a lot of people have managed to misunderstand what I said in my 1-minute announcement. Many people seem to think that I've expressed the opinion that child abuse is fine and dandy. I never said that. These same people think I said the production of child pornography is fine and dandy. I never said that. Others think I believe that dissemination of child pornography is fine and dandy. I never said that. Still, others think that I'm telling people to break the law. I never said that. Some conclude that I must be a paedophile. I am not a paedophile, and I don't have any child pornography in my possession, and have a hard time understanding why anyone would want it. But I do understand that there are some folks out there who do like this material, and I feel some sympathy for their plight. Oh, man.
Wow.
I feel that my announcement has served its purpose, but it's also caused a lot of misunderstanding and strained emotions, and that's why I've taken it off the air. Now, let's say a few words about the self-appointed guardians of public morals. These are the people who've pointed their fingers at me. These are the people who've demanded that this station be shut down because we are immoral. These are people who use the strangest tactics to spread their moral values. These moralists try to get their way by using threats and intimidation. These moralists have threatened our employees and have threatened our advertising clients. These moralists object to pornography, but you should hear the obscene messages they leave on our answering machines.
Yeah, leaving a swear word on an answer machine is not the same as putting images of child rape.
They don't object to pornography.
Yeah.
They object to child abuse.
Yeah.
These moralists have threatened to come and get me.
Yeah.
These moralists are nothing but mobsters and raving hypocrites. They use the most unethical tactics to promote their moral values. In the name of upholding the law, they break the law. If you are one of our many supporters and you receive threats from these mobsters, you can report it to the proper authorities or simply hang up on them. To those who continue to support Cave FM, I extend my most sincere thank you. We will not be intimidated by an angry, self-righteous mob, and I plan to keep Cave FM on the air and serving the public as we have done since 1983.
Let's just listen to that public service announcement message again. Which was voiced and written by the guy who just wrote that statement.
In many cases, the penalty for possession of pictures is worse than the penalty for murder. You should understand that your internet provider could report you to the police if they catch you looking at a website featuring naked juveniles. The police then enter your house and seize your computer. If you have such material, you can save yourself and your family a ton of grief and save the taxpayers of Arizona a lot of money by never storing such pictures on the hard drive of your computer. Always use an external drive and hide it where nobody will ever find it. Likewise, never keep paper pictures, tapes, or films of naked juveniles where anyone else can find them. A public service message from the Cave 97.7 FM.
What we'll do is we've got a couple of calls. We're close to the news. We'll phone them after midnight. We've got a studio number and we've got an office number. We'll call them after midnight. Let's quickly just take this. Good evening. So, this radio station, Cave FM in America, I've been playing this public service announcement. If you just come in, this is the public service announcement they've been playing. Got to listen very carefully, okay? But it's a pretty incredible message.
In many cases, the penalty for possession of pictures is worse than the penalty for murder. You should understand that your internet provider could report you to the police if they catch you looking at a website featuring naked juveniles. The police then enter your house and seize your computer. If you have such material, you can save yourself and your family a ton of grief and save the taxpayers of Arizona a lot of money by never storing such pictures on the hard drive of your computer. Always use an external drive and hide it where nobody will ever find it. Likewise, never keep paper pictures, tapes, or films of naked juveniles where anyone else can find them. A public service message from the Cave 97.7 FM.
Incredible. It's a radio station in America, and we can phone up the radio station. I'm expecting nothing. Paul Lotsoff is the guy that wrote and voiced that public service announcement. He's also been defending it. He's also the station manager. So we've got two numbers. We've got studio line and the business line. Slightly unfair to call the studio line. Slightly unfair. But that's the number I'm going to call first, because, it's the kind of guy I am. So 001, is it, for America? 001. Let's see. Don't know. It's Tucson, Arizona.
Hello, Cave FM.
Hey, yeah, is it possible to speak to Paul Lotsoff, please?
Well, I can take a message and have him give you a call, if that's a possibility.
That would be fantastic. Can I give you my email address?
Sure thing.
It's Iain, I-A-I-N.
I-A-I-N, okay.
At Iain Lee, that's I-A-I-N-L-E-E. .com. C-O-M, obviously.
Okay.
And I'm calling from the United Kingdom, from a radio station called talkRADIO.
I would have guessed that.
No, there you go, you see. There you go. It's the actual name of the station as opposed to just the genre. So it'd be great if you could send me an email. We'd love to have a chat with him.
Sounds good. Thanks for calling.
Thanks very much indeed, man. Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
There we go. What a nice guy. And that's why you can't go around burning radio stations, because there are nice people that work there. You know, that's why. Okay, so he's got the email. Let's give the business. You can't get, that's the equivalent of me phoning up Kath and giving her a hard time. You know, if I were to give that guy a hard time, that's me phoning up Kath and giving her a hard time because, Julia Hartley-Brewer said something obnoxious about overweight. But, it's that kind of thing. There's no point in me giving that person a hard time. Just like there's no point in me giving this next person a hard time. This is the business line, but this may take us a little bit closer to Paul Lotsoff, and they might be able to answer... am I doing this the right way around? They might be able to answer a few questions about the public service announcement, more so than, a producer.
The number you are calling does not accept unidentified calls. If you are a solicitor, please hang up now. Otherwise, please enter the 10-digit telephone number you are calling from.
I don't think we have the ability to do that here. Do we? Is there a way we can unblock our phone number? I'm going to turn off YouTube and we'll call them on my phone. That's what we're going to do. We're going to call them on my phone. Sorry, YouTubers. Picture is going. This is more important. This is important.
Please hang up now. Otherwise, please enter the 10-digit telephone number you are calling from.
I don't think we have the ability to do that here. Do we? Is there a way we can unblock our phone number? I'm going to turn off YouTube and we'll call them on my phone. That's what we're going to do. We're going to call them on my phone. Sorry, YouTubers. Picture is going. This is more important. This is more important. I'm on gift gaff, so this is going to eat up my credit. But, that's what I'm prepared to do. That's what I'm prepared to do. Right. Let's see where we can get to. Hang on a second. Hang on a second, guys. Keypad. 01.
The number you are calling does not accept unidentified calls.
Okay.
If you are a solicitor, please hang up now. Otherwise, please enter the 10-digit telephone number you are calling from.
I don't know what an American number would look like, so I'm just going to enter. That's okay, it's not my number, There we go, let's see. There we go. That worked.
Hello.
Hey, can I speak to Paul, please?
That's who I am.
Hey, Paul, this is Iain Lee. We're live on Talk Radio. How you doing, man?
You're with what now?
We're live on Talk Radio in the UK. I wanted to ask you about your public service announcements.
Well, they've been off the air for over a year now.
Has it been over a year? But they ran for about 2 years, didn't they?
Well, yeah, before all hell broke loose.
Well, tell me about the hell breaking loose. It sounds like it's been a nightmare for you.
It's a what now?
It sounds like it's been a nightmare for you.
Well, it was for a while, but fortunately, over the last year or so, it's died down and nobody seems to have too much interest in it anymore.
What were people complaining about?
What were they what?
Sorry, it's not the greatest line. What were they complaining about?
Oh, they found that announcement to be highly offensive and thought that I should be put in prison for the rest of my life.
Wow.
That.
Can I ask a question, Paul?
I suppose so.
Yeah. Do you have pictures of naked juveniles?
Do I have any?
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever had?
No.
Why would you be giving people advice on?
At some point in my life, I may have had such a picture, but it wasn't for pornographic purposes.
Why would you have a picture of a naked juvenile? What was it for?
Somebody might have taken a picture of me when I was 2 years old.
Okay, but you can understand that the implication in the public service announcement that you made and you wrote is not just you won't go to prison for having pictures of yourself or your own kids, splashing around in the bath or playing around in the back garden. You don't go to prison for that, do you?
Well, I heard of one situation where the children were taken away from some parents for having such pictures.
Okay, if that's true, that's only one case. That normally you go to prison for having pictures of children being raped and sexually molested.
I honestly don't know exactly what these pictures are.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You were telling paedophiles how to hide their collection of videos of children being raped, weren't you? Why was that acceptable?
I don't know if rape is the right word.
What is the right word? Educate me.
Possibly just being asked to
perform certain sexual acts, I honestly don't know.
Like blowjobs and things?
Hmm?
Like kids performing oral sex and either on adults or adults doing it to kids?
I honestly don't know what these pictures contain.
Come on, man. Yes, you do. You know exactly what they contain. Come on, man.
I don't have this material. I just feel sorry for the people who are doing life in prison.
You feel sorry for people that are doing life in prison because they've got pictures of, and I'm not going to repeat that image again because that will be triggering for some of my listeners. You feel sorry for people that got pictures of children being sexually abused. And you draw a distinction between children being raped and being asked to perform other sexual acts.
Well, I'm not saying that it's okay to produce this stuff. I'm just saying that it should be okay to possess it.
Why? No, it shouldn't. It should be, and thank God it's illegal to possess images of this, because to have an image, to have a photograph, one photograph of a child performing a sexual act means that child actually had to perform that sexual act. That could be my kid. That could be my kid.
Or it might be some kid in Romania too.
In that case, it doesn't matter, does it?
It does, but by putting people in Arizona in prison for the rest of their lives, that's not going to dry up the market in Romania.
No, but it will send out a message that images of children being raped, and whether it is, penetrative sex or something else, it is rape. Images of children being raped is unacceptable.
Well, it might be unacceptable, but it's not going to change anything.
That is a staggering attitude to have.
If there's a market in Romania, it'll be produced in Bulgaria.
You know it happens in America as well. You know it happens in America, and it happens in the United Kingdom.
My understanding is that the vast majority of this stuff, which is found on the internet, is not produced in the United States.
But your understanding is wrong. A significant amount of it is produced in the United States. What difference does it make, though? A child's a child.
It's not going to stop it.
But you're encouraging it. You're actively encouraging it.
Illegal is not going to stop it.
You're actively encouraging it. You've got a radio station, man.
Encouraging a damn thing.
Well, you are. You're telling people how not to get caught with it.
The same logic applies to marijuana. You make it illegal to possess it.
No,
nobody's going to have
it doesn't. If someone's got a pot plant in their back garden, who's being hurt?
Somebody's got what?
If someone's got a marijuana plant growing in their back garden, who gets hurt?
Nobody.
Right. If someone's got a picture of a child being raped, who's been hurt?
My point is that...
No, answer that question. Answer that question.
Stopping it.
Answer that question. You've compared it to marijuana use, which is dumb. If someone's got a picture of a kid being raped, who gets hurt?
Nobody.
Come on, dude. What about the kid?
It's not going to stop it to make it illegal to possess.
How can you even laugh at that, man?
I've had enough of this.
Dude, I was sexually abused as a kid, right? He's hung up. Wow! Can I just apologise? I said a really unpleasant image there that I shouldn't have said. And that was the heat of the moment. And if I'd been thinking, I wouldn't have said that. And I'm really sorry. That was inappropriate. And that was probably triggering for a number of you. And I didn't mean to say that. That was anger. That was my anger that said that, and I should have just been able to hold myself in check a little bit, and I didn't. So I apologise, and I'm guessing that a few of you may have switched off during that. Great, that's fine. If we put that video up, let's have a little disclaimer up that this could be triggering for some people, because shouldn't have said that, and I'm really sorry, and I feel guilty about that tonight. Anyway. Let's have some adverts. Use that time to think about what you've just heard. And then give me a call, please. 0344 499 1000. I'm fuming. I am fuming. He laughed. Who gets hurt? No one. There's kids in Romania. There's kids in Romania. Jeez, let's go to the adverts, man.
Talk Radio. Intelligent, organic entertainment.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
There are good offers, and then
there are ultra good offers. And now, whether you're an existing or new Sky TV customer, you can get LG's latest 43-inch Ultra HD TV for just £249. That's even better than half price. All when you get the full Sky Q experience for £32 a month. Be ultra quick though. This offer ends on May 31st. Search Sky Q. £20 setup, kit loaned at no cost. New 18-month contract requires Sky Q, 2TB box, Sky TV and Sky Q multiscreen.
Cast your mind back and think. Were you ever contacted out of the blue for a pension review? Were you advised to move your work or personal pension into a SIP, self-invested personal pension?
Yes, I was.
You could be due thousands if you were missold. Money Redress are trusted claim specialists in pension and investment mis-selling. They'll manage the whole claim for you on a no payout, no fee basis, so you can't lose. Text WIN to 85077.
McCafe iced drinks taste like summer feels. But what does summer feel like? At Dancing Piano Pixie says, summer feels like sitting in the sand with your toes in the water. At Triple J Downing says, summer is all party time and feeling hot. So, there you have it. The tangy frozen strawberry lemonade with the deliciously sweet strawberry swirl tastes like party time and feeling hot. McCafe iced at McDonald's. Served until the 4th of September. Subject to availability, price and participation may vary.
Find your perfect pre-owned vehicle with a Mitsubishi approved used range. They come with a guaranteed service history, 2-year warranty, roadside assistance, free annual health check and a 30-day exchange plan. Plus, from the 18th to 27th of May, your local Mitsubishi dealer will be offering a £500 deposit contribution. Visit Mitsubishi-cars.co.uk. £500 deposit contribution with 9.9% APR. Shogun Finance Limited. Offer available between the 18th and 27th of May 2018 at participating retailers only. Credit subject to status. 18 plus UK residents.
Everybody has a boss. Even your boss has a boss. But you don't really work for your boss or your company. You work for career and personal growth, for new skills and better stories, for your family and a better future. Ultimately, you work for you. And Indeed.com has all the tools.
On all purchases. So for these and other offers, in-store and online, you'll be happy talking to your local Dulux Decorator Centre this bank holiday. Dulux Decorator Centre. Centred on you.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, thank you for the support on Twitter and the kind words. It's much appreciated. Not everyone was so supportive. Zax has tweeted, stop trying to create radio moments. That's my job. My job is to create radio moments that last about 3 hours. If you really cared, you would have called him off air and maybe called the authorities. Huh? Anyway, time to call Ofcom about your radio show. You're crossing the line now and letting the wave of your high ratings get to you. Enough! Okay, dude, what are you going to complain about? What are you going to say to Ofcom? But thank you. Most people have been very supportive. And again, apologies. There was imagery in there I created that I shouldn't have done, but I was furious. Oh, I'm shaking. 0344 499 1000. You can call in about that. You can call in about anything. You know the show. Clunky gear changes. We go from light to shade at the drop of a hat. Last night we talked about a woman who was being bullied by her husband and had been for decades and was considering leaving him. We went straight from that to a woman touching her vagina with a 9-volt battery to see if she get a tingle. You know, there's no other show like it. I gave up. About halfway, 2 years into my run on BBC Local Radio, I gave up trying to, cross-fade subjects and topics and ease from one to the other. And I gave up, and we call them clunky gear changes because that is what life is about. That is what conversations are like. You go from something heartbreak. You know, how many times have you been to a funeral and laughed? You laugh at funerals, man. You know, then that feels like it's inappropriate, but that's what we do. So we can go from that we just lost that caller. I don't know who that caller was. I was about to go to them. We can go from, very, very heavy things to very, very light and frivolous things. Please don't feel bad if you want to phone in and say that you once punched a ghost. Your dog can bark its name. Don't feel bad. I think we probably need something like that after speaking to Paul there. That's Paul Lotsoff at Cave FM in Arizona. What a despicable human being that gentleman is. I use the word gentleman lightly. Good evening, Tony.
Hi, Ian. How are you?
I
shouldn't ask that question. Sorry.
I'm angry. I'm angry, but I'll be all right.
Yeah. I think you described him perfectly there, and a bit nervous to be honest. I planned on phoning you for a while, but yeah, I think you were very civil as you could have been.
Yeah. I mean, what a scumbag! What a scumbag!
Exactly, and yeah. I just thought I'd phone because I think we've got a few things in common in the fact that I've been getting divorced over the last 12 months.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but that's what it's the way of the world, isn't it? And things happen, and
yeah. How's it going for you, brother?
Up and down. I have 3 children, so I think if you got 5, Ian.
5 children? What the hell are you talking about? No, I've got 2. I've got 2.
Two boys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought one of your old must have been one of your old podcasts from ages ago I listened to. Maybe you must have been joking, but I know you had 2 you've talked about recently. Yeah, so I've got 3, and not having them around is probably the difficultest.
Yeah, I know what you mean, brother. I know what you mean. Catherine, sorry, just excuse me for a second, Tony.
Yep,
the gentleman that we spoke to from America, I can't remember that gentleman's name, but I think he may be genuine. So if you could get him back for us, Catherine, he's just tweeted me, and I think he's a genuine person who's listening on Mixer. So if you could look through the calls and find out, he had a name typed in, so we'll find that out. Sorry, Tony,
No, it's fine.
I'm just, I'm being a security guard to the show. Hey, it's tough, and it's...
I'm through to you, actually.
It happens. It happens, man.
You've been keeping me going for the last, most evenings.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. That is my job, and I have the best. Say I've got the best job in the world. Straight after this, I'm going to a luxury hotel in West London, and then I will be up at 5 o'clock to go and be on Good Morning Britain tomorrow. So I'm going to get, if I'm lucky, I'm going to get 2 hours sleep. But because I'm raging, I'm probably not going to get to sleep. I'm going to have no sleep tonight.
No? Can you survive with no sleep?
I can do Good Morning Britain with no sleep because it's such a nice atmosphere. It's such a friendly bunch. I'll be all right. Hopefully, I can then go home and get a couple of hours of sleep. I'm off the coffee.
Do you refrain from caffeine? I have some for mental health, so I've tried to refrain from caffeine.
I'm off the coffee, but I had a latte on the way in tonight because I was flagging a bit. So maybe tomorrow we'll see.
Yeah, but coffee, that's the only good thing that keeps, it's okay to drink, I think, is it? Better than alcohol or anything else.
Oh, you don't want any of that rubbish. You don't want any of that rubbish.
Yeah, it's on and off, but, I think I'm coming to the end of the tunnel.
Yes, all right. Well,
the light.
Hang in there, man. It gets better. I've been assured of it.
Yeah.
All right, Tony.
Good, thanks very much for your time, and, yeah.
Give us a call any time, Tony.
Can I call you back again?
You call us back any time you want, fella. It would be much appreciated. Thank you
I will call
much
this
indeed.
week.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much indeed. I'm gonna risk this. Let's see where this goes. Yes, Alistair?
Hello.
Hello, Alistair. Hello, Alistair.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you?
Alistair, I'm gonna make a request. Please don't call us when you've been drinking.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it ends badly for everyone. No one comes away from it feeling satisfied.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
All right, man. Thanks very much.
Okay, bye.
Cheers. No one comes out of that well. No one comes out of that well. We've learnt from past experience, but with that specific caller. No one comes out of that well. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Quiet show tonight, huh? Quite a quiet show tonight, isn't it? Another 30 minutes before Paul Ross. Where is it? It's Thursday. Yes, Thursday it's Paul Ross before he comes in at 1 o'clock. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB, the Independent Republic of Mike Graham on Talk Radio.
Blasted rhetoric from the Banana Republic for people who think capital punishment isn't going nearly far enough.
Join me, the Reverend Mike Graham. Revolutionary, rebellious, rebuilt, rebranded.
Dangerous mid-morning debate with the great dictator.
The Independent Republic of Mike Graham.
This morning from 10
on Talk Radio. Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Okay. Anyway, Zach, I love you too, man.
Well, I do love you. I've told you for fucking...
Well, no, come on, dude. Come on, what did I just say? I dumped it. What did I just say? It's an accident. But apologies to the people on YouTube. You would have heard that, and there's no need for that. Let's hope John has not got a potty mouth. Good evening, John.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm getting better.
Well, I just want to say well done on tonight's show. Well done on the emotions that you've gone through, you've portrayed, and I think you held yourself up really well. And I love you.
I love you. You're not going to tell me you effing love me, are you? Like the last caller.
No, I'll just say I know.
I love you too, man. I want to give you a hug, John. Where are you? I want to come and hug you.
I'm all the way up, like, Blackpool way, so it's a bit far. You're busy in the morning. You've got a hotel room tonight.
I've got a hotel. Just think, John, I've got a hotel room, and I'll be in it for a whole 2 hours. The wonder. Thank you, man. It's nice to talk to you, John. I appreciate it. How is Blackpool these days? I haven't been to Blackpool for about 8 years. Exactly 8 years, in fact.
It would be exactly the same. It's not progressed at all.
I like Blackpool. I do like Blackpool. I like British seaside towns a lot. I've got, there's a nostalgic thing. I think they're beautiful, and I think you get the best fish and chips at seaside towns. But do you know what? Maybe I might go to Blackpool this summer. I might go and have a few days in Blackpool.
Yeah, do it.
Well, hang on a minute. That sounded a little bit creepy.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I know I love you, but I got a bit excited then. Sorry.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, do it. It got a bit creepy.
Oh, where should I go? If I was going to go to Blackpool, John, where should I go?
Yeah, you go to live in St Anne's. That's where I'm from.
All right, mate. I'll be around next week.
All right, I'll see you then.
Thanks, John.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Yes, Andre.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Andre.
Yeah, south end of the place here. Me and you can go down there for fish and chips.
No, thank you. I'm going to Blackpool for fish and chips.
Oh, I've got my lappy on, Ian.
Oh, you're going to do us a song? That's what we need.
Yeah, here we go. There is. With guitar, you got to say this. Are you listening? All three of them. Hello, Ian?
What are you doing?
It's the Clash. The right not to be killed is a crime. Unless it is done by a police.
This is terrible.
The word aristocrat. Oh, know your rights. Right, you got to hear it out.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Huh?
You have the right to food money. Of course, you have a little investigation, humiliation, and if you cross your fingers, rehabilitation. Oh, you got... Right, hold on a bit more. Right.
Okay.
It's Joe Strummer, Ian, yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right, let's fast forward it a bit.
Yeah, oh God. Please fast forward it to the end.
Right, here we go. 3. You have the right speech, unless, hold on.
And on?
As long as you're not dumb enough to actually try it. True. Here we go. You're right. Oh, you're all right. That's 3.
Even by your standards, this is awful.
No, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. You know about Joe Strummers?
Yeah.
All three of them.
All three of what?
No, you're right.
Okay. Thanks for calling, Andre.
Cheers, Ian.
There
Bye.
we go. That, I mean, let's just have a listen to this for a bit. That's better. Kath, come and join me. Come and join me for the last 4 minutes of the show. Oh, man.
Paul Ross has just told me I've got to raise my game.
Paul Ross is saying it, you know.
I'm in trouble.
You know you're in trouble. You smell nice.
Do I?
Yeah, you do actually. You had a wash or something this week.
This week, yeah.
You just
I mean,
got
not lately.
just got a waft of
woman.
Of woman. A waft of woman.
Blimey, what a flipping 3-hour ride we've had.
Have you? I've been busy doing this.
Ah.
That's a boring. That's
You all right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just trying to find a story that's not gonna. That's gonna be. All right, let me take this call. Hello, Line 1. You're on the wireless.
Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. When the war has just begun, he'll take us to the station.
I used to like Roger Ramjet.
Oh.
It was funny, wasn't it?
He was like a meathead, wasn't he?
Yeah,
With a
he was-
lantern jaw.
Yeah, but that was the gag. Is he was he was thick,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed that. I used to enjoy a bit of Roger. I was going to talk about ISIS. They've ISIS have you know how they're funding ISIS now?
Go on.
They've taken over all the talcum powder mines.
Who's still using talc? Grandparents.
You're not supposed to use it because it gives
No,
you cancer.
well.
Cancer of the noonie.
Well.
It does. I love a bit of talc though. Go on then, Paul. Do you like a bit of talcum powder? You're not supposed to use it now.
I used to go
carcinogenic.
Old Spice years ago. I did it for my
beautiful.
dad. That's a fine story. I don't know if you saw it in the India yesterday.
Oldest swinger in town, freed by firefighters. Emergency services found themselves with an unusual call yesterday when a man got stuck in a baby swing. You know the baby swings.
Oh.
Despite spending hours trying to extricate himself, hours from the park from the swing in Lansbury Park, the mortified 20-year-old had to call 999. Firefighters took 40 minutes to dismantle the swing.
Of course they did, deliberately.
To free the grateful and embarrassed man before rebuilding it for children to use. Ipswich East Police later tweeted, "Always use age-appropriate play equipment."
Oh,
Come on, that's a great
We all
one.
recognise that moment where you realise, I'm not getting out of this. The
Fair
cold
play-
sweats
Fair
begin.
play, the papers, they put a picture of the back of his head. That's great. That's okay.
Oh, God.
Every one of his friends will know, won't they, for the rest of his life. And
Oi, Steve! You're in the papers, you muppet!
Have you met him? Stevie Swing, we call him. Ask him why. Ask him why.
Paul, you have 45 seconds to sell your show. Make it a good sell tonight, please.
Well, we do have the usual old tosh.
There we go.
But we're also celebrating the Spitfire on the show today.
Yep.
Because I found out that the Spitfire owes its existence, in fact, to two things: prostitutes and split peas. So the details on the way after 1 a.m.
Blimey, it caught me off guard, sir. I love a
You
split
weren't
pea.
expecting, yeah, exactly.
But you can get it treated these days. Thank you. Paul Ross will be on at 1 o'clock. Your last show this week, isn't it?
It is,
I always
yes.
get
My
confused.
weekend starts here, then I'm back on Monday.
Beautiful.
Bank holiday Monday.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank
Is it
you,
bank
Catherine.
holiday?
This is Monday, yeah. Have you not
Never
sorted out?
tell us, do
I
they?
never know. I'm always in. Thank you,
It'll be
Catherine.
a surprise. It's the first and last Monday in every May.
Thank you. Is it? Oh, God.
Is it May?
Right, be quiet, please. We're back tonight at 10 till then from us. Ta-ta! I never know it's about
We've got entertainment, and we're not afraid to use it. Talk Radio. Keeping your four-wheels fresh.
Today, yeah.
When you've got a four-legged friend, cat.
can be a hairy business. Until now, Power Out Pet Mess Kit is the brilliant new product from Total Wax that keeps canine
weird
carrying
old
cars
show.
clean.
We had,
Whether you take
the
your
Pulse
prisoner in a
the
van, your
American
hound in a
radio show,
hatchback,
yeah.
or your black lab in a black cab, Power Out Pet Mess Kit is the simple way to remove the unwanted hairs and odors pet passengers leave behind. Total Wax Power Out Pet Mess Kit. Trusted innovation inside and out. Buy today from Halfords to get 20% off.
Off to do GMB in the morning.
Overgrown lawn never gets in the way.